Hello everybody, welcome back to the University of Idaho Esports. Tonight we're continuing our R6 rampage as we continue to go through the ECAC playoffs with the University of Idaho versus the City College of New York, aka CCNY, as I am going to continue to refer to them.
CCNY.
CCNY! We've been having a fantastic season so far. The R6 team has been completely crushing it, and I think tonight is the night of revenge, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think we discussed this at the very end of last stream for R6. Is that tonight we're currently going? Are we going up against the one person we lost during the initial seeding?
No,
What was
we
that?
have not faced CCNY yet. I know their record so far is a little mixed. It's a little strange on the ECAC tracker. I know they actually beat Barend, I think that's how you pronounce it. The
Barent?
people that very much beat us last time. But let's see. So their current lineup is, oh gosh, what did I just do?
You have broken
There
the
we go.
system.
They lost against ONU. They won against the Peacocks. They won against Stockton. They won against FIU. They lost against John Jay, and they have a few others that we haven't faced yet. But the ones that we have faced, they won against Barond, which beat us pretty badly, if I remember.
But we beat ONU, which was
Yes.
not exactly.
Yes,
I'm
if
not
I
going to be.
pull up.
It was a good game, but the varsity kind of stomped.
Yes, we 2-0'd them. Meanwhile, Barond 2-1'd us, so we did lose that, but just barely.
So
But yeah.
we'll see how it goes. It seems like based off the results we currently have, it could be a very even game, which is kind of what we're hoping for. It's
Yeah.
usually so one-sided in these types of matchups.
They do have a pretty even composition for their teams. They have an average MMR of about 3,300 or so.
That's insane.
It's about Plat 2, I think?
I thought that was Emerald.
No, 3,300 is about Plat 2, if I remember correctly, because Plat 1 is 3,400, so 3,300 is around there.
Okay, that would make sense.
But 3,500 and up to 4,000, I want to say, is Emerald. I could be wrong on that. Feel free to correct me, but yeah.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
But I'm excited to look forward to what's happening tonight. Based off what we've received from the players and what we know, there's a lot of excitement going on, and there's a very good chance the Vandals could win it all. And I know the players specifically, I believe it was Chan, who I interviewed last week, was very excited about implementing some new strategies and really tightening their gameplay at the start of this match. So maybe we'll be able to have that a strong early game and a strong, without having to deal with that transitionary period during the first match. So that could be very, very nice.
Yep. And I am just now looking. Oh, you can see our varsity team there in the lab. They're just waiting for the opponents to signal that they are ready. But looking at the enemy team right now, there's a few players that have some incomplete data on the R6 Tracker network. But it looks like we are competing with the player lineup of Stampy Squid, Axis, Jimmy, Swag Dog, and Razkov.
You're telling me two of them play Doc? That's sick.
Oh,
And one
let's
plays
see.
only Capitao.
Yeah, so starting with Stampy. Stampy is currently a Plat 1 with 3,400 RP. Peaked in Deadly Omen with 35, otherwise known as Emerald 5. Their main is currently a Capital Frost mix. With Axis, we have a Castle Flores mix with a 3,500 current RP with a oh wait, no, sorry. All-time best of 3,500 RP with a current of 3,200.
So Plat 3.
Yeah.
Then
We have
Jimmy.
Tubaro and Brava for Jimmy with the highest RP on the team with a 4,100, just shy of his all-time best of 4,300. So maybe he'll be able to break that this year. It's looking good for him so far. We do have a Doc Monty main.
Monty's not going to be allowed to be played.
That is Swag Daddy. Swag Daddy with
It'd be
a
nice
Doc
to see
Monty,
a
and
Doc player though.
his all-time best is 3500 or Emerald 5, but his current rank right now is a Gold 5. But I'm not gonna really count that because again, the season is a little weird. Unless you're like consistently playing ranked, then I really don't count the rank that you
And
have.
something to keep in mind is that all of these peak RPs appear to be at least in the roughly same time period, so it's probably when they started working together.
Yeah. And then in ranked, or sorry, in Razkov, the data that we have on Razkov is a little incomplete.
Suspicious.
I think it might be a separate account or something, but his all-time best is 4100, being a plat 3, and his current is 3200 being being a diamond 3, and then his current is a plat 3 with 3200, almost 3300. His operator data is a little incomplete, so we only have a little bit of data. He has
Seems
a
like he
very
plays
wide
mainly
variety of
Ash.
operators played, but he seems to be maining Ash, Doc, and Vigil close behind. But other than that,
You're saying we get the boss cog tonight with a Doc to back him up? That could be that could be some juicy gameplay.
yeah, it definitely could be interesting. I am very excited to see what kind of composition we are going to
They're in the
see.
lobby. They're starting bands.
And we are getting into the first map, it looks like. We are just loading in here
Chalet?
right now. We are going to see some Chalet. Man is not happy about Chalet.
But it's our map.
Okay, so we have Jimmy 1738. I do have him. I don't have.
Oh, you didn't even laugh to the joke.
Sorry, I am locked in right now. But we are seeing that
Absolutely
Ace
locked
band
in.
coming in.
Interesting. Ace is very, very prominent in a lot of these matches, so it's a nice ban.
Yeah, Ace is. Oh, yep, Monty. Sorry, buddy.
There's Monty.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah,
Question is,
Ace on
which side is
Chalet is
which?
very good. Very,
I
very
would
good.
assume we're orange side, but
I do not know.
that information is currently out of my.
Cade.
We have to be orange. We would never double ban ourselves, right?
Surely.
Right.
Surely.
We would never main 4 maps, right?
We would never.
Mira could be good.
Every map is our map, apparently. Yep, Mira.
My research is
call.
coming in handy.
Yep. A pretty standard ban lineup coming in for Chalet. I'm surprised we didn't see a bandit ban. It would kind of be shooting ourselves in the foot, but, you know, eh. Let's see. Washed Razy. I do not have that one. Let me look him up real quick.
He's got swag,
Washed
Daddy.
Razy. Let's take a look here at Washed Razy. Okay, Washed Razy is a completely different player than the one that I had of Razkov. I thought that was one of their players, but I was wrong.
It could be that Razkov was an alternative account.
Maybe that is
They do
true.
have similar names.
But Washed Razy actually takes the lead for the highest MMR of the CCNY team with a 4,400 RP, putting him at the top.
You meant to say Sassini.
Sassini, CCNY, yeah, same thing. But his all-time best was actually a champion rank with 4,500, almost 4,600 RP, putting in the top 10,000 players, I believe, actually, or very close to it. So that is a significant change to the Razkov player that I had before.
And he's an ace smoke
And
main.
he is an ace smoke main. That makes more sense than why we banned.
Yeah, because we
Ace.
typically run ace.
Yeah, and Ace is very powerful on this particular map as well, especially if you're on top floor. Ace
There's the verticality
is
element.
much harder to bandit trick as well. So one Thatcher and one Ace can breach much more effectively, almost guaranteed compared to Bandit or the Thermite Thatcher. Right now, we are going to be playing inside of kitchen and living room, I believe it is. But, yep, we are having our standard players go up to verticality and playing above.
And it looks like we will be starting on defense, the Vandal specialty. It will be interesting to see how your strategy is going to adapt against Sassini. Because from what I'm aware, they play very, very aggressively. They're already in the house, and they're already starting to make some progress through the building.
Yep, I think they are going to come into contact with man. We have 3 of us playing on vertical up top. We do not want them to control above us. And especially with that hatch there, too.
Because any sort of opening can be easily exploited on a map like this. Oh,
Ooh.
Aquino will be down, but he can be revived. It was a very dangerous gamble there.
Yep, but he is alive, so...
Be a shame if a Twitch drone came out.
A damn shame for sure.
Okay, and then we have the breach charge near site.
Ooh, very nice jiggle peeking here.
Reloading, cover me.
No, I will not cover. You will reload by yourself, and it looks like Icy will be the first blood. Aquino was revived at some point, which is a little useful, but they are kind of one-tap. Could be significantly less useful.
Yep, this team is playing a lot faster than some of the other teams that we've seen, and I kind of appreciate the change in pace because
And
we're
it's
seeing a
definitely
lot
gonna
more.
throw people off to that, yeah.
Yeah. From some of the past rounds that we've had people just kind of sit in the same spot across map, 0 movement happening whatsoever until about 30 seconds are left on the clock.
And then they just rush the
yeah,
point.
then you just see a bum rush going through, and it's crazy.
They play it like it's just, it's like, oh, we have so much time. Ah!
Yeah. Not a single death on the side of CCNY.
Not even a single point of damage just yet. And it looks like Razy is going to take down Aquino
Oh my
and
goodness.
Chan, and Jimmy's going to take down Marky.
There we go, man. Finding
That
the
was
first
almost
kill.
a flawless first round.
All up to man here.
He's got this. I believe in him. If anybody can do it, man.
That's 2.
Just got to take down 3 more. Oh.
That's 3. Oh, couldn't get the 4.
Jimmy shot a little bit too soon. It really gave away position for man to get a triple. Honestly, he did have a chance to swing it back. That was a very difficult position to be within.
Yeah. Also, for everyone in chat, there is a 4-minute delay, so we will have a long response time to getting to anything that you put in. But the incomplete data, by what I mean, or what I meant by that, is that a profile that I pull up doesn't have a whole lot of information about them. Usually it's either a player that just hasn't connected an account, or just it's the wrong account, or maybe an alt one, so there's not a whole lot of solid data to pull on maybe who their main character is or what rank they really are.
In such, we can't get some of the specifics of how they're going to play or their character selection, and it can throw off a bit of the team dynamics, especially for our research before we start the stream.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for the comment, and thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. Thank you, the dub. The
The 006.
006.
The 06.
The dub Black Ops.
I'm surprised that we're playing on this first floor here. I expected to see a second floor being very popular.
Do second floor and try and keep all the vertical elements to their advantage.
Yeah, maybe we're trying to play with a little more vertical, or I'm not sure what exactly the plan is, but it's a nice change of pace.
I think their plan is to not get pumped full of lead by Razy.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah. Generally good for the health to not have that happen.
I'm so thankful Vincent didn't get to see that first round. He would have absolutely cried. But we are starting to make a little bit of progress.
Ooh, don't peek that, buddy.
I said to not fill with lead. You are clearly breaking the sport of conduct.
Oh,
Don't you know not to shoot people?
I didn't know you could shoot ballistic cameras like that. Or the bulletproof cameras.
I didn't know either.
Yeah. Or if you shoot them at just the right spot, it'll work.
Turns out they're only mostly bulletproof. Really serious flaw in the design of those cameras if you just have to aim at an 85-degree angle.
Gotta shoot the base.
And it looks like the charge is being thrown, and it does go off.
Still holding above sight.
Maybe that was their plan: put sight on first floor and then take control of second floor.
Maybe, yeah.
So they have to take care of the second floor before they can go to sight.
Because if you have control of top floor, and even if they get into sight and they try to plant, it doesn't really matter because you can just
Marky
shoot
got
down.
Razy. He got revenge for his fallen comrade.
Yay.
As all we love to see. And also, I do apologize. I almost said something bad there. I am not in the greatest physical state right now. I am very sleep deprived and very, very sick.
Aren't we all?
You a little bit more on the
You're
mental,
recovering,
but
you're fine. Also, you might not want to open up that.
yeah, I don't plan on it. I dropped my soda, and I think I'm just gonna let it sell.
You know what's better
3
to drink than
days.
soda?
Monster Energy.
Monster Energy.
One of the fantastic sponsors for the esports lab. Their products are fantastic. They get the students through the day, and they taste delicious. And we love that they sponsor our
Indeed.
program.
Shout out White Monster, keeping the blue collar world running.
Just like steel toe boots.
That too. Can we get sponsored by Steel Toe Boots, please?
Dude, that'd be sick. Those things are so expensive. I see some weird hesitation there. He did see the head peek, and then he just didn't fire, and he immediately got torched for it. And it looks like it's going to be another man 1v4 situation.
Yeah.
And he is going to be taken down by Jimmy with an FNFAL.
This is a serious... can we pull up the scoreboard for a moment?
No.
Once we get a chance. I know I can't pull it up right now. Oh, I can't read it. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, God.
What is this?
Man is currently hard carrying the team right now with...
Oh, no. Come
4
on, guys.
kills.
Why is Marky the only person with another kill?
Yeah, this is bad. This is very bad.
And we were talking about so much hype about them not having a bad, not having to have a bad early transition map.
Attackers need to locate
Yeah.
and
To be fair, though, this isn't their map as much as I'm going to joke about it. But
It could be.
it... Don't you even say that. Not even jokingly. Don't say that to me.
I am willing to bet that
It's
when we
supposed to
do
be
player
night.
interviews-
It's supposed to be night labs, and they haven't played that in 3.5 weeks.
Yep. It is kind of hard to predict what map we're gonna see, because it's usually Nighthaven. Or what they tell us is, oh yeah, Nighthaven and Border are our maps, but then we never.
And then we get
see-
Trailer Park.
Yeah, then we get Trailer Park or Outback, and then we get Chalet, and then we get everything except
think-
those 2 maps.
I think, Oh, thank you for the wonderful follow, Sasuga Toxic. That was
And-
fantastic.
Oh snap! We met our follower goal as well.
What does that mean?
It means we set a goal and we met it.
Well, I know what that means. I'm not
Yeah.
stupid.
No, sorry. I was just assuming.
No, you're fine.
Okay, hold
you're
on.
fine.
Wait, we have the classic garage breach here. I am very excited to see this.
The sarcasm is strong in the lab today. Oh, are we getting some tricking done? It looks like they were able to stop the initial breach charge. And they're just all huddling around there
Ooh.
like it's a football hurdle. Shane is doing his best to keep them from being able to breach.
If that fuse got off, that would have been
That would've been
really
a
bad for Chan.
Disgust. Guys, Zoe, I'm holding them.
Don't worry, I have the ball.
I am the ball.
Oh, I think they have a... Is it a mute that's preventing it, or is it just not going in time?
Are you talking about preventing the utility?
Yeah.
That it's mute. Mute is there as well. Although he's in a different portion of the building, he had his gear previously set up. His gear is so.
Yes. We love mute.
We love our sociopaths.
Not a sociopath, he's just British. There's a difference.
Is there a difference?
There is a difference.
Look, based off the way we know about Clash, I don't think so. Oh, sorry. Clash isn't a sociopath. She's a psychopath.
Yes, there is a very big difference.
And Razzy's going to take down Aquino again. It seems like Razzy
located by
just
attackers.
absolutely destroys and hates Aquino's guts. But it looks like they're slowly going to approach towards site. They do now have vision of it.
Ooh, yes, Marky finds washed.
It looks like... Look, it's Marky and Man, the dynamic duo.
Marky's in a very good position
the
here.
peas
He's
in the pod that are carrying their team.
roaming upstairs. He's able to get 2 picks.
If I say this, is going to immediately cast Chris, but okay, never mind.
Oh,
It's fine
that's
now. It's
3.
fine now. It looks like the 2 of them are just... This is the first round where we have the man advantage after the 2-minute point.
Yes. Takes out Marky.
I told you it was going to happen. Why did I speak?
I don't know, man. It's almost like it's your job or something.
Man, you and big right in. But there's only 20 seconds left, and this could be a nasty peak.
Oh, he didn't get that kill.
I mean, he
15 seconds remaining.
didn't even really damage him. And it looks like another breach charge is going to go off. And Jimmy's going to take down Man in the duel.
2v2, they have to get in and plant.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Okay, it's a 1v1. And there we go.
Timeout.
A little bit sketch for a second there, but they were able to stall them out long enough, which is kind of what you need to do on defense on a map like this.
Yep, and Synthetic saying, looks like Aquino's going to have to show up tonight. This is probably their map, though, so it might be fine.
I mean, you're most likely correct, but then again, we have no clue what the players are going on for map choice. It
If I
changes
have
every
a
week.
player come in here and say, yeah, this was our map,
I will pull up the other 3 interviews we've had with them where their answer changes every week.
yes. And I feel like I'm being gaslit. Like, what is your map? Make a decision. Give me, like, 2 or 3, not just listing every single one of them.
Border, it's Cafe Dostoevsky, it's Night Labs, it's Lair.
They said they like to avoid cafe because of the...
You're so right, it's Sunrise Towers.
Let's just not have a skyscraper match again, 'cause that was awful. That was awful.
It was downright shameful what happened that day, and we will not continue to talk about it.
No, there was no match on skyscraper.
Attackers have located a bomb.
This is not the map you were looking for.
Indeed.
Did I mind?
10 seconds to insertion.
But if Aquino keeps on getting picked off super early in the round by Razy, I don't think he will have the opportunity to show up until it's offense.
Defuse a bomb.
Yeah, Aquino, I feel like Razy kind of directly counters Aquino because of Aquino's playstyle of exactly what we're seeing right there, of just roaming and running
Being more
around.
aggressive, roaming, trying to set up plays.
Yeah,
Because
I
he
think
isn't usually the executor of the plays, he sets them up for the rest of his team to follow.
Yeah, and Razy is just kind of winning those gunfights as he is also roaming.
Believe it or not, Shotgun beats Mac 10 at short range.
Well, they both got rifles right now, so we shall see.
We shall, and I won't say anything about how it's...
What is this position here? That person upside down.
Yeah, they're on outside. Oh, Aquino finally getting first blood in a round by using a shaped C4. That was downright disrespectful, Stampy. How could you miss that?
How could you miss that? Okay, they are upside down. This is a nasty angle.
I feel like I'm gonna get vertigo. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not exactly the most fun thing. Oh, that camera almost hit his face.
I really wish you could have seen that C4 play though against Jimmy. That would have been. I always love seeing the C4 shaped charge kills. But it looks
Yeah.
like Stampy Squid is going to take off Man, who has kind of been the top fragger so far.
Man was in a really bad position there.
Oh, Razy got knocked.
I think Razy fell. I think.
Are they
that's what-
using
I
that as a
think that's what
reset tool?
happened. I don't know.
Don't you just ever hate when you're riddled with bullets and you feel like, man, I'm not feeling so hot, and you just jump and hope one of your teammates revives you and you feel better all of a sudden?
tracking.
Axis is going to take down Shen, and then Aquino is going to take down Axis. It is a 3v3, and Aquino has a double kill. Killing.
Still a 3v3. Anyone's game here. The Vandals do have the advantage on health. But other than that, that's the only advantage they have.
It's like a game of rock, paper, scissors. Razy may be low on HP, but he is Aquino's rock. Aquino does not like rock. It no work good for him.
Swag Daddy also has diffuser, so they just need to get into sight.
I mean, it's 30 seconds. The Vandals might be able to buy enough time. But that charge might make things a tad bit more difficult. That is 2 charges. The grenades are flying, and so are the bullets.
Not the
Marky,
team kill.
no! I mean, it's 12 seconds. It's 12 seconds. Oh, he was trying to prevent the plant.
Oh my goodness.
But it does look like Aquino's gonna get Razy. He's currently have a triple. Can he win the 1v2? Oh, they're behind you. They're behind you.
Oh, he doesn't.
He doesn't see them. He doesn't see them. They're gonna hear him. He didn't fully canvas the site, but he didn't have a chance.
The team kill, no.
That unironically would have made the difference.
Yep, it would.
Or if they were able to rush through that smoke and get the shot off to prevent the plant, that might have also worked.
That would have
Such
saved
an
us, yeah.
unfortunate set of circumstances. They're getting beaten by a person with a double cat anime girl profile picture. Downright disrespectful.
This isn't CS. Ay, ay, ay.
This isn't CS. This is Valorant.
No, it's not.
This isn't Valorant. This is R6.
Three of the enemy team have anime backgrounds on their characters.
Meanwhile, we have rat smoke.
Attackers need to locate.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is the other team's map, but Vandals are starting on defense. So, okay.
Yeah. So.
One team picks the map, and one team picks the side to start on. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm
Well,
happy that
I
I at
mean,
least have confirmation that this is not quote unquote our map.
Well, I was mainly joking about it. We were pretty certain that this is not our main map because we have the two options of Border and Nightfall Labs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree.
To insertion.
This is looking a tad bit rough. They're on a map they don't practice all that much, and they're struggling on defense for the most part, although it is relatively close for a lot of these. Marky, a little piece of advice from from an R6 veteran. Yeah, the guy who's played 4 matches now.
A whole 4 matches.
Don't shoot your ally in the back of the head.
What? I don't know. You were some of the people that I was playing with a few nights ago. They did not take that to heart.
Look, how are you gonna get your Kilimanjaro if you don't take down a few of your allies along the way?
How
You know what
else,
I'm saying?
Yeah, how else am I going to get the 6K?
To get a true flawless, you have to take down all 9 of the people in the game.
True. Gotta go for the
That'd
10K.
That'd be a sick game mode. It's a 10 1v1. Just absolutely go crazy. They all start in different parts of the house. They have to just
Extra
blast.
large map, double the players on both teams. 10v10, massive mansion.
I mean, I was meaning like 10 players, but it's like a free for all.
Oh god, no thanks.
You're telling me you don't want 10 frost placing down mats?
No, no, please.
But things are looking decent so far. Razy and Stampy have both been taken down, and the timer is halfway up. Would be a decent spot. And now that I've said it, it's all over from here. I apologize. I did
It's
stop.
all over.
It's Jover, man.
Ooh, almost got swag there.
I mean, that's a solid 50 HP down, and then the Azami wall to immediately clear up the spot. Pretty fantastic.
Can he get the pick, though?
I mean, he doesn't even need to get the pick. He just need to make sure he doesn't come inside. The flashbang, though, and it does look like he is going to be running from the initial position.
This is not a good position for Sassini.
Sicily.
Sicily.
I just think,
Oh, he doesn't see the rotate.
and that's
the
what we love
flank.
to see. Man finally getting in a good flank. It does look like the breach charge from Swag Daddy is being placed. Now, whether or not they can actually get onto point is a different matter altogether.
2v4. They have direct line of sight into the actual bomb.
You know who'd be really good right here? Gordon.
I disagree.
It's because I'm can't say that word. It's because I'm goofy.
And they
I'm
denied the
Joshing,
plant.
which means Jimmy has to win a 1v4 without control of
In 20 seconds.
diffuser with 0 utility available.
There
and
it is.
Icy is going to absolutely demolish him.
Making that a 3-2 in
And-
Sassini's favor.
This is the type of gameplay we've expected from the Vandals. The previous 4 rounds don't count.
Yeah.
Remove them from the
It was a
scoreboard.
warm-up.
Remove them from the scoreboard. They don't count.
We're just getting ready. Okay, that's a much better scoreboard from the Vandals.
Chan is
Minus
struggling
Chan.
a little bit though.
Chan's Bandit. Bandit's fine.
Well, yeah, that's just true. His entire purpose is support. with
Chan
bandit tricking.
is doing the Lord's work with that bandit trick down there.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Because you know what they say in Psalm 23:16. Bandits are dope before they before they stop the breach charge.
I'm gonna stop you right there before you get something really wrong. But we're back on basement.
Clearly, you don't know your way around the works of Ubisoft, the books of Ubi.
The great books of Ubi.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So, oh god.
That'd be unironically hilarious to
10
read.
seconds left.
According to the book of Ubisoft,
It's just 20. It's just like a. It's just like.
thou shalt not play Buck.
It's just a flip book of just random quotes. And the last 50 pages are just Kavera doing a takedown kill.
When in doubt, nerf Sledge. Because for some reason, Sledge needs a nerf.
When in doubt, pick Monty.
Oh my goodness, have you seen the new stuff coming out in the next season?
I have not. What's going on next season?
So you know Blackbeard?
Mm-hmm.
You ever wanted to know what it's like
To be a pirate?
to
Yes.
see Blackbeard with a full shield,
No.
able to run through a soft wall with his main weapon?
So he's just gonna be better Oryx.
Basically. It's terrifying. I'm scared. We have learned nothing.
Chan, that was a beautiful bandit trick, you beautiful monster. He did lose so much HP for that, though.
Yeah, but he is going to successfully get that down.
But continuing back to Blackbeard, that is absolutely crazy.
This is a best of 5?
Oh no. Oh no.
This is a best of 5?
Well, that's been
Uh-oh.
blindsided. I hope you're ready for 3 hours.
No.
I don't think you have enough monster to take you through this, man.
I don't. Monster, we need that shipment, please.
We need more. More.
I need the juice.
Definitely don't sound like addicts talking like that.
It's just that good.
Honestly, this is the first semester that I've actually drinking Monster regularly because of the sponsorship. It has been kind of nice, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Counterpoint, everyone steals all the best ones instantly.
Gotta be quicker.
But,
Ooh, I want a big C4 kill here.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
I mean,
Or Chan just
let's
pop it
go.
off.
I mean, Shannon Man did a beautiful double charge there. Unfortunately, Aquino did die again. I think it was to Razy. But, hey, it's the 3v4. They should have advantage here in this position. They can equalize the score, and then from there, they just pull forward with a lead. That's all they got to do.
Ooh, almost gotten that.
True. Fire! I'm too old for this.
Ooh, Marky gets Jimmy.
Jimmy thought he could, Jimmy,
I'm not allowed to do a Carl Weezer impression.
No.
I think Carl Weezer casting would be kind of fun.
15 seconds.
What do you
Oh, what just happened?
10 seconds remaining.
Caster.
10 seconds on the clock.
Again.
He's
I
got to
like
get this
llamas.
kill.
Oh, there we go. Shannon, I
he
see
almost got that.
they turned the tables on the turning tables, making them the way they were before, and it somehow worked out in the end.
Oof.
But hey, it's back to 3v3. The players, hopefully they're ready for a long fight, because this is not going to be easy. This is going to be a battle of attrition.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be whoever's mental breaks first.
It's
That's what
gonna
it's
be
gonna
whoever
come down to.
collapses onto their chair first.
So best of 5. So we have to win 3 maps in a game where it goes to a minimum of 7 rounds. That is mentally exhausting.
Defenders, protect your bomb.
I would assume we're probably going to go to about an average of 30 rounds, maybe more.
I don't know. Well, right now we're on round 7, and we still need
4 points.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's first
7
to
plus-
7, not best of 7.
7 plus 4 would be 11. And if that happens for all 3 matches, it'll be 33. So I would assume 30 rounds would be in a decent indicator.
Yeah. Yeah, around there.
Deploying welcome mat.
10
You ready
seconds
for
to
a
go.
lot of R6 today?
Let's go!
5 seconds to
go! Scotland!
Attackers
But
must locate and defuse
I'll
the
say
bomb.
this. The first couple of rounds may have been a little bit dicey, but I think the Vandals are starting to pull through a little bit. The real indicator of how this round is, how this match is going to go is how well they can use offensive side, which I know the Vandals struggle with just a little bit more than they do defensive. But based off how aggressive both teams play, I don't think CCNY is going to have as good of a defense as the Vandals do.
I have no idea how their defense is going to hold up against the Vandals' offense. I know our offense is not quite as good as our defense, but our defense
They
is
didn't
still
protect
spectacular.
Garage, are you crazy? I mean, they're on technical
Yeah.
actually.
I was about to say, they're on, like, top floor. I wouldn't reinforce Garage either. It's a little waste of reinforcements.
You're not wrong.
Indeed. This Frost is just waiting for anyone to come through this window. Got a mat down and everything.
It surely would be a shame if Chan jumped through there, got hit with the frostbite, and then immediately punked.
And there it is.
I was trying to caster curse so that Chan wouldn't do that. It did not appear to work, but Aquino did get swagged out in exchange, so it's still a 4v4. It's anybody's game.
Ooh, oh, that was a mistake.
I mean, they knew his position already.
No, the Tabaro didn't. Tabaro was walking and looking away.
No
from
way
the
he was
stairs.
that oblivious. I thought they had him pinged.
I don't think so. Because when he shot that,
He immediately swapped. Yeah, that is true.
He shot the camera and he was immediately made aware.
Hey, the Takebi phone call is going off. Oh,
Buzz, buzz,
Aquino,
buzz.
you wasted the opportunity. Oh, there we go. The phone call allowing us to get Stampy. That's fantastic. Should turn your phone off. You're the reason why movie theaters are never silent.
The reason why movie theater ads are so aggressive. It's like,
Why
dude,
do you still
I
have your
haven't taken my
phone
phone off
on?
of silent since like 2015.
To be fair, who even gets calls anymore? in movie
True. It's not a Discord call. I don't want it.
theater?
Chronically Online, please
If
help
it
me.
isn't a text message from the boys at 4:30 in the morning asking for a McDonald's raid, is it even really worth responding to?
Not really. This Tabaro is just consistently freezing this thermite charge, and it is really delaying time. Like 20 seconds left.
They haven't even really made it to site just yet. They're relatively close, but Axis is having to watch both of these angles, and it's just not enough. They have to rush point. They have to rush.
Not the
Not a
frost mat.
frost mat. They have no way. Okay, thank
We
goodness.
traded. We traded there. It was
Because-
all because
And
of
because
that
of
one
the frost
guy.
mat kept him alive.
Yep. No, it was he got downed, but he wasn't killed because he was on the outside. But Aquino and
Razy
and-
traded,
Yep.
which is a rare sight to see. But what an absolute blast of a first offensive round for the Vandals.
And now the Vandals take the lead for the first time this map. Yippee.
Yippee! Jinx, you owe me a monster.
No, I don't.
Aww.
I'm poor.
Relatable, am I right, fellow you? I shouldn't be saying that.
Welcome back
To locate
to
and
houses
defuse
I
as many
can't
bombs as
afford.
they can.
I'm poor. If anyone else gets that reference, I'm gonna be very happy. But I love that dude.
It's as depressing as it is funny.
Hang in there, buddy. We got a lot of R6 ahead of us. We gotta keep the energy up, just like with Munster.
I never had. Okay.
That was awful. I know.
Stretching a little bit.
I'm
just
really
a little
stretching
bit
it
there.
out. Gotta have fun somewhere.
10 seconds left.
I'm trying to think of a terrible way to turn that also into a
5
monster.
seconds remaining.
I don't think it's gonna happen though.
So on Sassini's team, we have an interesting composition. We have 3 anchors and 2 roamers.
Warden is the best roamer. You're correct.
Incorrect. I would rather deal with a toxic vigil than a warden.
That flanks.
Yes.
What's wrong with the warden flank? Other than he's a one.
I hate warden. Warden is stinky operator. I don't like him.
Counterpoint. The glasses are great for flanks.
No, I don't want the Oakleys. I don't care how expensive
But he's
they
got the Tims.
I don't care about your Tims. I don't care about your beach towel. I don't care about your Oakleys.
But his fit is immaculate.
Yeah, because he's in Secret Service.
It's better than
can't not be
Bandit,
in
who's just a
Secret Service
drug
and
dealer.
not
It's
have
better
your-
than Bandit's backstory of just being a drug dealer.
Hey, you leave Bandit out of this.
No.
He loves
He
trains
is-
and dinosaurs.
He
is the best boy.
he is the sourdough of all types of breads.
How dare you?
I do it with ease.
Don't tell me you're a sourdough hater.
Sourdough is like a C+ on a day.
Disgraceful. You've obviously never had a sourdough grilled cheese.
Correct.
Disgraceful.
I say this, but I'm gonna say the most basic thing ever. I am a white bread type of guy.
You look like a white bread type of guy.
What do you mean by that?
You know
Oh,
exactly what I mean.
That was terrible timing, Chan, trying to throw a drone there. How did he miss?
Clip that.
So we're not going to talk about how you missed a shot on an unmanned drone.
No, I want that clip. I want to pull it back up.
And what's wrong with white bread, huh? What's wrong with white bread?
Nothing's wrong with white bread, but you look like you have never explored the other types of bread.
I have.
Oh, that was
That
a
was
good shot.
fantastic shot. Now, can he get the last member of their team? This round is going so much faster rather than being on point 5 seconds before the round
Yep.
ends. This is what we need to see. But there is slowly a lead is being accrued. I believe we need 2 more points and then we win first map.
Yes, sir.
Look, I'll say this. Sourdough, it is okay under...
Wait a second. Oh, I thought this was the the whiffing on the drone 3 times. L broadcasts.
It's such a
I
shame.
think
They're actively trying to fight to reclaim it, but it's too late.
VMix is actively fighting against us at the moment. Give us a second.
VMix has mad hands, bro.
Yeah, oh, it does. It absolutely does.
I'll say this. Sourdough, it is okay in specific circumstances. I don't like how thick the bread is.
You don't have to have it like super thick.
You find a place that doesn't serve thick sourdough.
Do you not have a bread knife?
Dude, I can't even have a candle in my dorm.
Not like in your dorm. You can get sourdough bread that isn't in those super thick loaves. Like, that's a thing.
You dare speak of witchcraft on my stream? If the sourdough isn't at least 3 inches thick when I try and use it, is it even sourdough?
5 seconds to go.
I'm so all of my Irish ancestors are yelling at me right now.
Don't worry, it's fine. They hated me back then, too.
What are you, British?
Oh, I've just been alive for the past couple of years. I mean, I visited there. Yeah.
Why do you just take the? You know what?
'Cause I felt
Never
like
mind.
it.
I don't even want to know.
What's up with you?
Anyways, we're on basement now.
Don't you try to critique my habits of what I do to
I
my
will
soda
critique
bottles.
everything about you if I find it funny.
What are you, my brother?
Maybe.
Dad?
I said no. Silence.
It's fine. It's
And we're
fine.
getting a Maverick through here.
He's making mac and cheese,
He's making that.
and nobody can stop him.
Nobody can stop.
He's all. No, I can't finish that.
What was that sound? RO Weezer, 1 full round. I'll do it next round. This is gonna be. Hey, it's not fair. You redeemed it as the UIdaho esports thing. You're not even trying to hide it anymore.
We love the pumping of the fists in the air. We definitely don't know who did this.
Okay, I gotta lock in for this one. This takes me back to the
Colonel. I think we're going to get Carl Weezer in the chat.
Who's this Carl Weezer guy?
Otacon. I heard he had a brain blast.
Kino finds axes. I can't do
I-
it.
Look, I'm the Solid Snake. You're the Carl Weezer.
I'll do it next round because it's too late in the round to start now. But we do still have the advantage. It is a 4v5. Hummus, no, you will not be getting your mod back. Quit asking.
You may continue looking for it. You will not find it.
No, you will not have it.
It has been thrown in the forever box. Same with Jimmy's body.
We don't talk about Jimmy. Oh my gosh.
Running
all this
through the fire and the flames.
gets the
And he
kill.
gets... He also killed his teammate.
The fire being the worst enemy in the entire game right here.
For me,
both
with my average
teams.
ranked teammates.
Oh my gosh. It's just Stampy versus everyone else.
Is this what they mean when it's lighting a fire under your butt?
Yep. The 1v2, 30 seconds left on Diffuser. The Vandals need to act fast.
What do you mean they have to act fast? He has to act fast.
And there it is.
But Icy came around at the same time. I must say, Warden with the fit, almost getting a 1v4, kind of clean.
His suit, no matter how dapper, could not.
It
save
is
him
so
from the
dapper. I
bullet.
want it. If you hear me, Ubisoft, give me. I want it. Those things are
What
not.
the hell was that?
Those things are not cheap. I've tried looking for it.
Oh my god. And it looks like we are going to get a timeout from one of them. I can't read it from here, but we do have a timeout.
You know what that means? You got about 2 minutes to repair Carl Weezer.
Oh, I can do Carl Weezer. It's just going to be a little hard because, like, one of my sinuses is a little congested at the moment. So it's going to be a little weird. I don't know if that's going to help.
I feel like I should take out a camera to just do all of the Carl Weezer that's about to happen for the social media team.
No. No. It's on stream already.
You know what? That is a fair point. That is a fair point. You cannot escape it.
No, I did it a lot in high school, and I can do it here, too. There's a whole history between me and Carl Weezer voiceovers.
Why Carl Weezer out of everybody?
Because it was really easy to do.
To be fair, though, I used to do a lot of Napa impersonation, so I guess I don't have much room to talk.
I'm just going to apologize in advance for
Everything that's about to be said, don't worry,
Everyone
you're
with
already
headphones.
forgiven. It is okay. The bits make it worth it.
All right, let's get into this. King Julian, I'm not Mort.
You got to move it.
All right, so we're gonna be on the top 4. Shall I? I'm not really sure what the Vandals are gonna be doing here, but quit laughing at me. This is my very serious caster voice. You're supposed to be helping me. Jimmy!
I can't see.
Jimmy!
10 seconds left.
Quit laughing.
5 seconds left.
I can't breathe.
Anyways, now the Vandals have spawned. Hello, don't worry about what's happening in here. Yep, just keep walking.
I see.
I don't even know what site we're playing on, but I'm just gonna assume. It looks like we're gonna be on top floor. We have man coming in with the diffuser, rappelling off of the edge of the building. Looks like he's gonna be holding this angle for a good while. Probably not do anything for a solid 45 seconds.
I don't want to interrupt you because it's so fun.
Shut up! Don't interrupt me! This is my moment.
Can you say when will you learn your actions
That's
have
an entirely
consequences?
different voice. That's not gonna be one of the voices that I do for this one. If you want to redeem, impersonate, we can do that later. Ow, that barbed wire kind of hurts. Gonna be thermiting directly in the side here. Might not go off, but it looks like the team did not have a bandit, so they're not gonna bandit trick.
This is just year round. This
Yeah,
is just year
it's
round.
fine. Shut up. Gonna be going through the the drone. Gonna be burning that utility.
Been located.
Don't worry about that.
I think I'm gonna have to. You're gonna burn out your voice for another 2.5 hours of this.
I still have a minute and 30 in this round. Ah! I didn't sign up for this.
Actually, you did.
Yeah, you're right. I was the one that put in the impersonate redeem thing, so this is kind of like payback.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It all comes full circle.
Looks like the Vandals are still not doing absolutely anything. We're just kind of waiting and holding.
There is only a minute left on the clock. I'm gonna try and give you a brief respite for your voice.
Nope, shut up. This is still my moment. The Vandals are still trying to go through. Axis kills Aquino. Marky finds Jimmy! No, Jimmy! Why? Jimmy's dead! What am I going to tell his mom? Jimmy's mom!
Oh, thank God, it's over.
The sweet release of death has come for you.
I never want to do that ever again.
Look, the Weezer voice secured us first map.
Yep, the Weezer voice did in fact carry us to victory on that one. Vandals will take the first map for this match. So feeling good on Chalet being our current map.
I
or
hope
our win.
I hope the points were worth the production.
Not me, please.
That is fantastic. But that was a very rough beginning, but it's nice to see the Vandals be able to pull it back.
Yep, we had a very good matchup between these two teams. I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. The pacing so far is really quick, and I like that it's that and not just like
Complete stompage both sides.
for 2.5 minutes. And we actually are pushing, and we're going hard, and we're doing things very quickly, and we're actually seeing a lot of action.
Because believe it or not, that is some of the fastest rounds we've had the entirety of the ECAC.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time, it's like everything happens in the last 15 seconds of the round, and it's just slowly pushing through to objective site.
So far, this is my favorite matchup. But we are going to head to a quick break while we get ready for the next match. So stay tuned, get some water, take care of yourself, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
We'll see you guys shortly. Welcome back, everybody. The short break is over. The second match is going to be starting very shortly. We thought we'd say a couple few words right before this next match to see the current atmosphere of the thing. How did you feel about the previous map?
I have words. I
Yeah.
have words.
You hear me? I'm never going to let you live that down.
I feel violated.
Well,
But in all seriousness,
least it's over
I
for
do
you now.
think that the matchup that we have between these two teams is probably one of the best ones and most entertaining ones that I've seen all season.
how much is that of you and how much is that of the actual R6 team, though?
I don't know, but I know that this team has a very good communication and has a very good comp, and they blend very well in fighting the Vandals, and it creates for a very, very violent storm that brews on this map, and I'm excited to see what map we have on the next one. And
It's not going to be Nightfall, I guarantee it.
I don't know.
I would assume it would be Border, because that's usually the backup
Is it
map we
Nightfall?
have.
Border? Okay, it is
I
Border.
called it.
Or at least that's the information that we have. So, yeah. But Border's gonna be interesting. Did they ever talk about switching servers or anything?
That was for JV.
Oh, that was for JV. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought that was for varsity.
The main varsity team won't be dealing with those shenaniganery circumstances as the JV are currently dealing with, which is a whole can of worms we really don't need to go into.
Okay.
Other than that, it's stupid.
It's stupid.
We are grown adults, ladies and gentlemen.
Barely. I may be grown, but I never said I was an adult.
I may be grown, but I never said I was up.
I would just be grown wide.
grown horizontally.
Mm-hmm.
But it is interesting because it looks like we'll be starting off on defense once again. And I'm assuming Monty's going to be banned. I'm assuming Ace is going to be banned. I'm assuming maybe even a zombie could be banned because she is super useful on Border.
Wait,
it says Clubhouse.
Sure. Yeah, they say it should be Border. But with the bans, I'm gonna say Monty's definitely gonna be a first ban.
Yeah.
Monty, I honestly think maybe Fuse.
His breach is super important on that type of map, yeah.
Yeah, Fuse. I think still Ace.
Do you think it'll be then the classic Mira ban? Or do you think she isn't too big of a threat on Border?
I think Mira has a very good chance of being banned, but I don't think she would be the primary one.
She'd be secondary after people go to the firsts.
Defenders, I think, honestly, maybe Thatcher and Cade.
True.
Wait, no. Not, Thatcher isn't on defenders. What am I saying? Cade and... oh, gosh.
What about Fuse?
Probably Fenrir.
Fenrir?
Yeah.
He has been seeing slowly more and more gameplay over the past couple of weeks as people are starting to really tap into his potential.
I have also started to play him a little more, and I understand why people ban him so often. Is because on certain maps he is very strong.
There's something I
And-
need to show you real quick because every time, I'll put it up on my phone. I'll put it because I don't want to deal with the setup. Look, I'm scared that if I even press a single button on the setup, I'm gonna break everything.
That's fair.
And it is a fair thing to be scared of.
Probably would happen too.
So we all know what Fenrir looks like. He looks like your typical edgelord, sleep-deprived junkie.
The
Now,
My Chemical Romance enjoyer.
look, don't you dare diss that.
I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying.
But tell me, does he not look just like this? Just
don't
slightly
know.
less muscly. Like, look at the face by itself. Does that not look like Fenrir?
It's similar, yeah. Okay, who do you think's gonna be first attack ban? I'm saying
First
Monty.
attack ban?
I'm saying Monty.
It'd be stupid for them not to ban Monty.
Oh, okay. First
Well,
one's
to be
Ying.
fair, we're orange side, so it makes sense that we wouldn't ban Monty for us. What am I talking about? Monty's on offense. We are not doing
I
it
think
so
we
much.
are on attack.
I thought we were maybe. A little hand wave from the audience in the lab.
There it
There's
is.
Monty. He's not allowed to play.
Nope. Monty is
He got
permanent.
he got his one match, his one highlight where he was completely unstoppable,
Yeah.
and then
Defense, I'm
immediately
saying
shut back
Cade.
down.
I'm saying Cade.
Capital.
I was right.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you think is gonna be the last one? I'm gonna say Fenrir.
Fenrir's a pretty good guess. I'd go Mira.
Fenrir, Mira.
They're gonna ban Tachanka, man.
Oh God.
They're gonna ban Tachanka,
Not
man.
the Tachanka King.
They're gonna ban
Okay,
Recruit.
you're
I
right on
knew
Mira.
it. Mira's just too much of a heavy hitter.
Yeah. Her gun combined with her gadget is just really strong, and the fact that she has a C4.
Which is the best part of any character's kit, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
honestly, I think Mira has like one of the best kits out there. She has a shotgun secondary of like the highest RPM gun in the game, along with a C4 and a very, very good gadget. So, yeah, I think.
She is a triple threat, and as such, you cannot let her stay on the board. Otherwise, someone who
And
knows
she
how to
can
use her is
self-revive.
going to. That is true, which is in itself a
Wait.
ridiculous tool. Wait, no, isn't that?
No.
Finka?
Thinking of someone else. I remember I thought that she could self-revive because I had rook armor on once when I was down. So
That's
why.
not how that works.
That's I'm just stupid. Don't listen to me. Okay, we are on defense. That's surprising. I thought we would be starting on attack for this one.
I mean, I guess they chose map, and it was kind of... Because at least the way it works when I play games such as this, loser basically determines details of how offense and defense work, and the map alternates based off of what one team picks first, other team picks second, and then whoever loses picks third.
Yeah.
So I think the circumstances were, the Vandals get to choose map because they're the second pick, and then CCNY gets to choose whether or not to start offense. But
I'm wondering if CCNY just likes doing attack first.
who doesn't like being bloodthirsty?
I would personally rather be on defense. I enjoy defense a lot
You
more.
are absurd.
Yeah.
Your opinion is invalid.
I play Cav. I like defense.
Okay, I just had a crazy thought. Question: can you make Azami walls horizontal?
I don't think so.
Darn. I was thinking of a crazy strat of like when you open up those ways, you can throw like an Azami against
Just
an Azami
sky
shark,
bridging.
and then get into like a corner where no one thinks of, get rid of the other ones so they don't see, and just.
Dang. I know you can make a box out of them, and people will like make little compartments.
I am the most secure man on the entire planet. Why are you throwing a C4 in the middle?
Don't worry about it. Just hold this for me.
It's just like a cartoon lit bomb, and then they just come back at the last second and take it away.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like they're relatively split up here. Might
And they're
see
playing
a catwalk.
really slow compared to how they
Ooh,
normally
we have a
play.
glass.
Ooh, that's always fun. A rare treat, if I do say so myself. I love that sight.
Watch,
It
glass
is
gonna
so
be
much fun.
eliminated first here. And an Osa.
Osa hasn't been seen. I'm surprised that they didn't just pick Flash.
Oh, this is gonna be bad news.
Throw it. And oh,
What?
that half health swag daddy, but it didn't do much else. They did manage to kill them on sight. It is a 1v5 without a single shot being landed against the Vandals.
It's a massacre out here.
Unfortunately, flawless will not be used to describe this match, but my lord, what just happened?
I don't even know. I think someone flanked is what happened. They went outside. I think that's what happened from Aquino, which makes a lot of sense, seeing it's
Aquino finally gets to play his aggressive,
Yeah.
his aggressive nature on a map he likes.
Huh.
There's a good reason this map's called Border, because that man's trying to leave it.
That's wild. That's wild.
Okay, fair enough. I'll tone it down.
But it's just all up to Stampy here. And he's in a really bad spot. Diffuser's down in sight. He's got 4 Vandals in there. He has no information.
No HP, no utility, no options. This is going to be an absolute Hail Mary of a play.
Yep. There
And
it is.
Aquino immediately saw it coming. What
Ugh.
a massacre. I swear, all those bodies just lined up perfectly right right on top of the diffuser.
I'm still confused on how that C4 didn't kill anyone. That was
By chance, did the
crazy.
OSA shield block it while she was diffusing?
It was behind him.
Yeah, but when you're diffusing, the shield gets put onto your back.
That's her gadget, so I don't think it's like physically
doesn't work
stored
like that?
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
can-
know, because that was, like, directly on top of them.
Yeah, it was.
And the thing is, it only damaged Osa. It didn't even damage the other person that was there, the Glask.
Yeah, I think Glaz was far enough outside the door frame that he wasn't in any of the blast zone, so I think that's what happened. That Glaz was also playing very close for a Glaz.
I mean, yeah, you typically want to maintain your distance. Especially if you have someone like Osa who can get really close up in there.
Yeah.
But hey, if the rounds continue like how that one did, it might be very difficult for Nassini to be able to try and take charge on this map.
Yep, and this is going to be an interesting site as well. This is always kind of an iffy site, given the fact that that window goes straight out into street, and there's a whole open area that goes up to the second floor, and people can actually play vertical on you. It's a very interesting site.
Now the real question here is, how is Sassini going to try and work around this terrible, terrible circumstances they've been put under?
I have no idea, but I think the Vandals are in a much more comfortable spot, and morale skyrocketed after winning map 1.
I agree, because that was probably the most disadvantageous they're going to be for quite some while, unless this somehow goes to like a map 4. But, you know, the age-old advice does apply. If you ever are struggling in R6, have you tried not dying?
True.
Have you tried shooting more bullets?
Just hit your shot.
Have you tried
That easy.
tried playing Monty?
See, they can't. They tried, but they can't because Monty is banned always in every single map.
Trying to get some decent wall bangs. This is
Ooh,
quite a
almost
setup.
found one there.
Absolutely, that must have been a majority of his health bar there.
I don't think he even got
No.
hit.
No, he did. He got a shoulder tap. 29.
Ah. Quick map. Quick map.
My basic algebra training is finally paying off.
All those college classes really showing.
Look, I have yet to use a differential in my day-to-day life, so what was the purpose of calculus? I am joking. I am joking.
I'm not. I took it twice.
Dude, I'm gonna have to take it 3 times. I'm about to get to L3. It's
Ooh,
gonna be disgusting.
Aquino.
Just like
Finding
that
one.
shot against Jimmy.
Aquino
Okay.
is currently down.
Aquino does not do well against Razy, as Razy also takes down Icy, and he is going to try and go for that angled shot, but I think he'll be just out of sight. Never mind.
Yep.
To be fair, though, there's not exactly a whole lot of places he could go to when he was in that position.
All of the Vandals are now on first floor as Sassini has complete control of the top floor.
And adding a little bit of verticality is going to make this incredibly difficult, as Sassini is undoubtedly in an advantageous position here with both manpower and positioning on the map. And it looks like they are placing a Claymore on the second floor, which could be an interesting strategy.
Ooh,
with
Marky finding an upward kill.
Absolutely. The verticality is starting to work a little bit in favor of the Vandals. And then Man also gets Axis. Axis. And Man is also going to get Razy.
Wow.
And Marky's going to get Stampy Squid. It looks like the duo is back.
What just happened?
I don't know. We didn't get to see any of
They had
this.
complete vertical control, and the Vandals just switched it around on them.
And they still had so much of their utility that they were working with. That shouldn't have been happening.
Kinda crazy.
Crazy.
No.
I was always saying, what do you mean?
Bad. We're not starting
They
that.
put me in a living room.
Esports? I was in esports once. They put me in a room. Broadcast room.
You know, I was in
Broadcast room
esports
with
once
casters.
until they put an arrow in my knee.
Stop. Boo.
Ah, come on. You know you love it. The only thing I got going for me is pop reference cultures and terrible, terrible jokes.
Pop reference cultures?
I will end you.
Please. It's finals. week.
Pop culture reference. My
There we
bad.
go. Take your time.
You think I want to be a part of finals week either?
No.
It has already taken its toll. I barely finished my last set of exams 2 weeks ago.
Man, I just gotta make it till Thursday. That's all I gotta do.
And I can overdose on turkey.
Overdose on
It goes crazy, doesn't it?
It does. This site also makes me nervous. In fact, any floor on the first floor of Border makes me nervous. Because it's so hard to defend.
That is true. They must have some sort of strategy in place because really the main thing that makes that place so hard to position around is the second floor has so many soft walls that you can just break through and get vision of sight and just be able to control it from there. Which it looks like that's exactly what the Vandals are doing.
4 of the Vandals are on top floor with
Aquino being
this
left
blitz,
down there.
This blitz is
Aquino,
gonna
don't
be
do
an
it.
Issue.
Razy got knocked from Icy. And Aquino got knocked by Jimmy.
This
Blitz is going to be
really
nuts
big
here. And then Stampy's going to take down Chan. No.
Try to get any kind of headshot there.
Okay,
And
they're
Diffuser is going
planting.
down.
The Vandal, I don't know if the Vandals will be able to take this back from this point. 4v2 and they have Diffuser down. And it's gonna be terrible in and of itself just to get past the Blitz shield.
That smoke is going to be a good counter.
I mean, Icy got Stampy. Oh no!
Oh, it's not looking
The
good.
flash works terribly here.
Oh
and then
my
Jimmy
gosh.
goes ahead and gets a triple kill as Blitz.
Told you that blitz is going to be an issue. Aren't you excited for the shield rework?
No, but I'm also not the most concerned about it either.
Oh boy.
I've played the amount of R6 games that I need to understand every single facet of this game.
I can't wait for there to
Yo,
be
it's
a
lying.
5 shield attacker push next season with
Monty, Clash, Blitz.
no. So you
Blackbeard.
have Monty, Fuse, Blackbeard now, Osa, and
Wait, Fuse is gonna get a shield?
Fuse has
Oh,
a shield.
Oh yeah, you're
Just
right.
no one uses it.
I mean, yeah, you don't pick Fuse for the shield.
No. But yeah, it's gonna be
That's gonna be fun.
it's gonna be interesting, and I am not excited for it. 'Cause it's gonna
It's
be
like Power Rangers.
Oh,
With the
yeah.
power of the 5 shields combined, we're gonna block every single doorway leading to sight.
the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with.
We're gonna morph your sight into your tomb.
Yep. Morph your body into a corpse.
I don't know if I should say it.
Probably should.
Say it.
Probably should.
Yeah. It's not like it's dangerous or anything. It's just like a quote from a different game franchise. I'm not sure if I should go about it.
Let's see. We are on top site, I believe.
It is currently 1-2. We have a decent advantage position here. And all you have to do is really stall for time, which is something the Vandals are very good at.
The match just started.
Yeah, I can be hopeful from the beginning of the match. Is that so terrible?
Yeah, there's like 3 minutes still.
Actually,
minutes and 30
2.5.
seconds. The CCNY looks a little disorganized on this push, not gonna lie.
They finally found Point, which I think is going to help coordinate their efforts. We do have the bandit tricking happening here. As long as he doesn't go down or fall to a terrible breach charge, could we have some valuable time wasted against the Cassini.
Yep. Marky knows that someone's on the other side of that doorway.
I mean, it's a commonplace, and man does get a Jimmy. Jimmy! Who is... That's a Deimos, if I believe.
No, that was Flores.
That was Flores?
Ooh,
Oh,
and
yeah, that
Markey gets
other one,
taken out
yeah.
by Washed.
So back to a 4v4. A little bit of a dangerous spot for Icy here.
Cassini does have a bit of a foothold inside of second floor, but not by much.
And Shannon taking down Swag gives them the man advantage here.
Yep.
And I think if they just
Chan-
hold corners, they can just kind of wait this out. I don't know if they have to play aggressively here. They have the point of pressure.
Chan's trying to do something a little cheeky here.
When is he not? To be fair, though, that's mainly Aquino's job.
Yeah.
And man taking down also Stampy.
Aquino is trapped here.
Axis was struggling with a little bit of poison from the Legion trap. Razy and Axis versus the world. Question is, can they pull it off?
Ooh.
They maybe just might.
Still a 2v3.
Why did I choose this job if I'm just gonna cast or pierce everything?
I don't know. That's a good question.
we don't talk about what we just saw.
Brava drone coming out.
Pull
might
up the
be
clip of the previous drone shot.
after this match. They have 20 seconds. They have to get into sight and plant or kill all of the Vandals. But that Legion
There's
might just
another
give their
Legion
position
trap.
away.
I mean, surely they heard it. Yeah, they're just immediately being pinged. They have 8 seconds to get onto point. Razy's gonna take down Aquino. There's 2 of them. He's gonna rush for it.
There it is.
There we go.
Actually got that kill with that pistol. That was actually pretty good.
You know what they say? It's always faster to swap to your secondary than to reload.
True. Wise words.
Wise words that nobody uses.
Live Wayne cam. Oh my goodness. And he just single-handedly screwed up our focus.
You see, I say I'm worried about breaking the setup by pressing a button. Wayne just showed up on camera and everything started to lag. What does that tell you?
This is his director aura.
His raw,
Messy.
determinative essence.
And it seems like our JV team is doing pretty well on theirs. Are we streaming the JV team right now?
They're being done in the lab specifically.
If you guys want to check out the JV stream right now, they're live on UIdahoEsports 2. Go ahead and check them out. Show them some support. We love our JV people. They are still very, very good. But right now, 1-3, round 5. Got one more round until the switch.
Interesting caveat presented by a certain familiar someone. Both teams are currently playing on a border right now, and both of them have advantage.
You love to see it.
5 seconds left.
I never see nothing, never.
I'm fine.
I'm
Attackers
a
objective
little
is to defuse the bomb.
Not really, but you'll never tell.
Yeah, this whole time we've just been casting based off of audio cues. We actually don't see anything.
Man, it's crazy. I can hear them walking through the streets.
And I know each individual player by their footstep noises.
I can hear their heartbeats.
Yes. Well, okay.
They're very,
Okay, pulse.
their very actions are known to me. I was like, me thinking of what Lord be like. I can hear their heartbeat.
Tried to deny that hard breach right there, but
He's
he
a little bit too slow.
did not get that. That fuse is.
But
gonna
he
be a real
brings
issue.
it back by taking down Swag Daddy.
Very nice.
And
Cool.
that means
Markey is
we don't have to worry about the Grim Traps anymore.
almost dead. Markey. Mark, did you just try to shoot through a castle barrack?
Setting charge.
I don't think you can destroy a fuse from that side of the wall. You can? That must be a new thing, because I've never seen that. That's wild.
Your perspective how fuse charges works has been completely
Oh,
reassuring.
the C4.
Aquino with his second C4 kill of today's matches, and he is as stone cold as he just ends him. It's now back down to a 3v3. We do have 10 HP on Marquis. Not a great position. This Cassini is kind of going to... They should really be turning up the heat right now. They only have a minute left, and they have HP advantage, and they have utilities still left. Not a whole lot, but a little bit left. Oh, that was a crazy wallbang. And then
Returned.
immediate karma. Okay, good dash, good dash.
Oh, this Oryx is in a bad
He
spot.
was-
Yep.
Marquis was absolutely trying it, and it looks like maybe Man can pull off where he left off. A 1v1 left. Can Man secure the win that Marquis set up? Oh! This is going to be a close one!
Just got to play time.
That is true. It is 10 seconds. He is going to push forward. He's going to push forward. Don't reload. No!
Oh, so close.
The tears coming down my eye. Such a shame.
Just
Such a
one.
shame.
Very, very sad to see. That was very close.
Honestly, I mean, that came down to just gunplay at the very last second, and I just don't think he had what was needed there. He was running low on bullets. He was incredibly low HP from missing the previous couple of shots.
Yeah.
That
Plus
was
Fuse is a 3 armor,
unideal.
so. I
So
think
he
that-
can tank a couple of bullets.
Yeah. More than just a few.
He can tank about the amount of force an F-150 can produce.
At least.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a Ford F-250, if you know what I'm saying.
We got one more round until the switch. The score is looking a little too similar to the first map, except a bit flipped. And I don't know how I like that.
I mean,
Granted, this is an attacker-sided map.
that is true. The only caveat to that, though, is that the Vandals very much prefer their defense advantage, which on a map like this kind of just neutralizes it. So I think it's still going to be roughly the same situation either way of the side of the map that they're on. But if it goes back to being 3-3 again, maybe it'll just be a repeat of map 1, and then it's going to happen again map 3.
Maybe. Maybe we'll get a win.
You need
from
more
Cassini.
caffeine. Wake up.
I am trying.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
I am just. Just tight.
Look, if I had to wake up from my sleep, you're not allowed to sleep.
Remember you doing the Carl Weezer voice for a solid 3 minutes? I don't want to hear
Look,
it from
I
you.
would have been happy to do a impersonation, but I'm not what the people want. You're what the people want.
I'm what broadcast wants, apparently.
Don't look at him like that. Don't look at him like that.
We're both looking at each other like that. It's fine.
I was referring to both of you.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Supposed to be looking at me like that. But I'm almost a full minute down. Majority of them are, I think they're all still outside, and Jimmy got picked off from a really good spot.
Yeah. That fuse is a consistent problem, and I think now that fuse is gone,
They're going to
think
have
that we
real
have-
big problems trying to get onto site. Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, there's plenty of ways to work around this, and if they can get a good vertical element here, they might be able to try and get control of site.
Attackers have
But
located
that in
a bomb.
itself is going to be the challenge.
Yeah, they're slowly getting their foothold. Aquino's kind of engaged right now with Washed.
Him and Razy do not have good chemistry.
There's
It
a
is
bit of a rivalry there.
Razy shooting him full of lead and then Aquino throwing shaped charges at him.
Yeah.
Who wins? A guy with an assault rifle or a guy who throws C4 at your face?
I would honestly say the guy who throws C4, because that's a bit more powerful.
Now tell me, when are they going to upgrade from C4 to C5? That's the real. That's what needs to happen.
In Battlefield
In
20...
2055.
Yeah, 2055, I think it is.
It looks like Aquino is going to take down Razy.
Ooh,
What is NS?
we love nice shot.
Oh, okay.
we have watched complimenting Akino on his kill against him. 40 seconds left on the clock. 3v4. They gotta speed it up if they want to win this.
Ooh,
And
a
that
beautiful
rotate.
headshot from Icy.
Is he getting 2?
He do be getting 2. Now it's just Swag Daddy who
And there we go.
gets gunned down.
Just looked away at just the wrong time.
That is something that it's almost an unworldly sense that they know when someone is not looking their way.
Yep.
If they were able to transmute that into an actual real life sense, they'd be unkillable.
The COD timing is real.
Unironically, it is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is a phenomenon that should be studied.
If we can manipulate this power, we can grow beyond our wildest dreams.
The power.
It is mine and mine alone.
Okay, this scoreboard is actually looking pretty good on the side of the Vandals.
Considering
Aquino with
the
an
swap.
8-4.
Yeah, and we are swapping here, and we have the 2-4 advantage on attacker side of the map, as you said previously. This is a pretty decent position to be within.
Yep, this is for an attacker side of the map. 2-4, we'll take it.
Absolutely, it's better than 3-3 neutral side map.
Yeah.
Activating camera.
Fair enough. But it does look like we're starting to get some preparations done. It seems like they're running a similar comp that they did the first map for defense from Nasini. Nasini.
Zazzini.
I was gonna say Nasisi.
Nasisi?
Nasisi.
Assisi. We are facing the College of Assisi. That would actually be
10 seconds remaining.
college.
I'd name a college town CC.
5 seconds. to
Assisi
go.
or Assisi?
Nasisi.
Assisi?
Nasisi.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually a town because Assisi is a town in Italy.
That is true.
Yeah, and a very cool
I
one.
assume. You been there?
Yes.
That's
Very,
sick.
very cool.
I've been to the States and the States.
Been to at least one of them.
Dude, I've actually visited like 18, although most of them are drive-thrus, for a 32-hour car drive. Never before have I ever wanted to stay away for a car for an extended period of time.
Oh, yeah.
But once again, we do get a pickoff against Jimmy.
Or Jimmy. What are we going to tell him?
What were his last words? Is that a neutrino butt?
But the Vandals do have a solid foothold inside of the site with that thermite charge going off, opening up all the line of sight that they need.
Thermite, an absolute staple on a map like this.
Yeah, he's kind of mandatory. And it looks like he's going to get the second one off here.
Aquino taken down by Swag,
Ooh,
who gets
getting that wall
avenged by
bang.
Chan.
Attackers have located a bomb.
It is a 3-4. They are near site. They have diffuser. I think currently the main thing that's going to be stopping them is whether or not Warden will be able to move here.
Yep, and diffuser is going down and is planted successfully. 45-second timer started.
Oh, I said Warden, I told you to do. I didn't tell you to get to 2 HP. My
And
lord!
Just like that.
I was assuming it would be a little bit even still, considering the Vandals aren't as strong on their offensive game as they are on their defensive game.
Yeah,
And they just annihilated them. They absolutely annihilated them.
we're kind of surprised by the pacing because we haven't had a team that actually had very quick pacing, and we've had times where the diffuser's down, they wait 20 to 30 seconds to do anything.
It seems like, I would agree. Pacing has been incredibly weird, especially for this game. People play fast when you wouldn't expect it, which has been to great efficiency so far, and then super, super slow when I don't think they need to be.
Not
Don't you
Blitz.
love Blitz?
I hate Blitz so much.
But what if they did Blitz and Flash and...
Flash is a defender.
Yeah, fair enough.
What
Dazzle.
am I hearing over there? Don't do this to me again.
They're spreading gossip, don't worry about it. I heard
Okay.
every single word, for realsies. Production definitely isn't behind this.
But we are at 2-5 for this current map. Vandals currently in position to win. They only need 2 more to win the second map.
And then they only have to win map 3.
Yep.
And I think our previous comments earlier about how this is a war of attrition seems to be incredibly correct. It seems Cicini, apologies,
Need to locate and
is
defuse as
starting
many
to
bombs
lag
as
behind a little bit compared to how they were playing earlier, as the Vandals are still keeping a strong pace here.
Yeah, we are seeing that. I think the Vandals' mental right now is very high, given the current score, the fact that we won the last map, and it's looking very good for the Vandals right now. For Cicini, they need to hold it together, and they need to find a solid foothold against the Vandals.
Otherwise, they are doomed
yeah.
with a capital D.
I am going to be the one to say it. If you lose...
10 seconds remaining.
Sorry. If you lose a defensive site,
5 seconds to insert.
and then you choose the same site, but you do the exact same strategy,
Attacker's objective is to
and you
defuse
lose
the bomb.
again, then you choose the same site.
Have you ever heard of the definition of insanity?
I have seen too many teams fall prey to doing the exact same thing on the same site and continuously losing. thinking it will come out
Comfortability and
different.
repetition can be a hell of a mindset for this type of game.
Yeah, it's gonna be whether or not they do the same tactic is going to determine whether they win or lose this match, because the Vandals will just do the same things that they did before, or Aquino will do something wildly different and throw a wrench into everything.
Don't worry, Aquino definitely won't rush in there, throw shaped charge, just go sleep. You know what would be amazing to see from Aquino? I want to see him just try and go melee. I want to see him just go melee into a gun game.
Well, we do have a blitz.
Don't you love him? I know you love him. You can't even lie to me.
Depends on whose team he's on.
Okay, already
Yep.
said get met.
Aww.
That was a little BS, I think. I think the shield was covering the shoulder pad, but I
No,
could be
he
wrong.
was just in the wrong spot. He was turned away.
Scanning for electronic device.
But look, Aquino hasn't done crazy stuff yet, so I guess we're okay.
Not yet. Correct.
He's very much the wild card of the team.
Oh, very much so. He's also the highest ranked.
That is true. And with that high rank, he plays a way most don't, and as such, you can never truly predict what he is going to do.
Ooh, what are we gonna see here?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh,
No way they
please.
don't see.
Please. Oh,
He barely made it out.
that would have been so funny.
Do it for the bits, come on.
Oh, Jimmy gets Marky with the C4.
Jimmy can finally talk to his mom.
Oh my gosh. The C4
It's kind
coming
of dark,
from
I'm
below.
sorry.
Ooh, he doesn't notice the rotate.
Oh, beautiful flank. Unfortunately, it is just a trade, but that leaves Aquino and Icy to take down Jimmy, and that will secure point for them.
It's a 2v or a 1v2. Still anyone's game.
Actually, it's Ubisoft's game. It's not anybody's. They control
Not
the
after I'm
copyright.
done with it.
What do you mean by that? I don't think that is going to hit, but it was an interesting
Oh.
attempt, and that does leave it to a 1v1.
We might see a clutch here.
15 seconds to go.
Please, you can't lose that gunfight, Icy. You can't lose it. You can't lose it. There we
And
go!
go. Too close.
I agree. It should have never have been that close. They weren't even looking in your direction initially, Icy, and you still didn't kill them.
Was he?
He was
about
looking-
to ace.
He was about to ace by himself.
I didn't see whether he got a quad kill or not, but I think he was about to ace.
The team absolutely ecstatic that they managed to win that incredibly close round.
Yep.
What was that? Can you explain it to me?
No, I really can't. It was just kind of a kerfuffle all over the place.
Kerfuffle.
Yes, a kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. My favorite type of food. Kerfuffle.
I'm not even going
Don't-
to try to decipher that. But it is match point. The Vandals only need to win one more round until
They have
They
control
have
of map 2, yeah.
indeed.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they
And, ooh, we're on the same site. Or not the same site. We're on this site. I am starting to lose all my brain functions right now.
Cecini.
Cecini.
Ready for company.
I do not blame you. This has been approximately, I would assume, an hour and
Wait.
a half thus far.
No. Vandals, no. Okay, there we go. Wait, no. Why do we have a recruit coming in?
Yo, wait a minute. Are they actually going to stick to recruit?
Thermite changing to
10
recruit.
seconds left before insertion.
Please. Please.
Please play recruit. Please.
We're
Yes!
getting a striker
The
coming
first
in.
recruit of the series.
Defuse the bomb.
Guys, we can't be throwing.
It isn't old recruit, but it is recruit nonetheless.
It is
we have our
recruit
we have our
nonetheless.
main man, our boy.
Oof. We might be doing a wee bit of throwing.
You say that, but I mean, it's not like it's a bad setup per se. It's just not as efficient as the previous team output was.
Yeah.
Because recruit has so much possibilities because of his, I say gadget, because he grabs a bunch of stuff from his garage.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. So Striker, what did Striker bring? I don't know what his loadout is. Looks like he brought flashes and heartbeats, so that's gonna be pretty useful, especially for getting these hatches out.
I think they're going for a very aggressive gadget build so that they can just force plays, which is kind of what they need to do because they don't want to waste time here.
Striker is unironically a very good operator solely for the fact that he just has so much utility.
Absolutely. However, I will never forget them for getting rid of original recruit.
What?
I will never forgive them for getting rid of original recruit.
Yeah, the fact that we can't get 5 recruits makes me so sad.
Enough to make a grown man cry.
I want my Power Ranger build back.
I wanna make my collection again. Okay, they heard someone in that general direction. Their aim was off just by a little bit, but Crazy will take 50 damage. So I guess the Dekebi gadget.
Not only is this a recruit, but this is a recruit with a black ice.
Black Ice is such. I love the series.
Black ice recruit.
Oil skills are also kind of decent on some.
Yeah.
But the Dekebi phone call is going to result in 2 people going down, 1 on each side, and Razy is going to lose half their HP.
45 seconds left on the clock. They have
They
to make a
need to-
decision here.
They have to commit.
Oh.
That, however, is not perfect, but it's another trade. A little
Looks
bit more
like we
so
do
now.
have control of one of the sites. We just need to get diffuser. And we are planting.
Attackers are
Okay,
activating.
the Vandals have control
There
here.
we go.
It is a 1v3. They've planted on site. As long as this isn't a repeat of previously what happened between Icy and
Oh,
and
okay, this
Jimmy.
isn't good. 2 of the Vandals are in one-shot territory. So
Don't worry, with their slivers of health combined, they have 14 HP.
one of them is playing outside. Oh,
That's
no.
not good. Okay, vertical gameplay. Vertical gameplay. I don't think they're going to expect it. Unless if you just break through a wall and continue running.
And he's diffusing. I think it's all over.
No! Beautiful bait and switch from Man. That is what we love to see, and that will secure game 2.
I didn't even know that there was a softball there. That's kind of insane. Recruit MVP.
And you doubted it.
I did
you
not.
You dare doubt the recruit. How dare you?
Man, 10-3.
Man has absolutely been the MVP of the match thus far. And I'm assuming we're going to be going into game 3. I don't know which map they're going to choose, though, because it will be Nassini's choice of maps. We might see a rematch of Lodge.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see this third map. I think Sassini's morale is kind of starting to go into the tank a little bit. We're seeing the speed and ferocity of that gameplay starting to go down a little bit. But the Vandals are also ramping up, and now that we're warmed up, we're ready. We're looking for a fight. Map 3 coming soon. We're going to go to a quick break while we get set up for the next map. Stick around, and we will be right back.
See you guys shortly. Welcome back, everybody. We are getting prepared for match 3. We had a little bit of a sub out for our caster if we want to have a short introduction.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the Shadow. The what's his tag?
Shadow
Lord?
Figure.
Shadow Figure. I was mixing up your two commentator things together. What's up, everybody? I'm ZG Fenrir. I'm the head of production over here, and I play just a wee bit of counter. I play a wee bit of Rainbow Six on this.
He's the
this
cool
fine
guy
day.
on broadcast.
I am indeed a cool guy. Probably not the cool guy. There's a couple of us on here, but
I mean, Shadow Figure's also cool, but
not that guy.
nah.
Don't let him know about that guy. But we're not here to talk about me or Shadow Figure. We're here to play some good old Rainbow Six Siege. It is currently 2-0 for the Vandals.
Which is a very fantastic spot for us to be in leading to third map. It looks like we are going to be playing on a map we haven't really done except for one match earlier in the season with Lair.
Lair is an interesting map indeed. I'm honestly even trying to remember the last time that I ran it. It's been a long time since I've seen this map.
If I recall correctly, Lair is one of the least popular maps considering how confusing it can be.
Oh, 100%.
So this is an interesting call from Nassini to pull out. Maybe they're trying to use the uniqueness and how underutilized the map is to try and gain an edge against the Vandals.
Mm-hmm. I can totally see that being a case. But we won't know until we get into the map.
Absolutely.
I honestly don't even know like what the main strats for the map are, like what kind of picks are gonna be coming out from either one of the teams, like what it is that we're gonna be looking for. So I'm excited for a good show. It looks like one of our people over there are hovering a Tubuero, so we'll see if that ends
That
up
would be
getting
really
picked
fun
or
to
not.
see it.
I mean, it would make sense if you're gonna ban all the hard breach tech.
Then all you have to do is make sure you can have your control characters and
Yep,
voila.
and you just stall it out, and then you play for time. So, getting
And-
right into the ban phase, I believe the Vandals are again on the orange team, so we get first ban here.
It is interesting that Nassini has chosen to start offense every single time, considering I think they should be holding it off for the second half, where they can have the more understanding of the tactics going to be used by the Vandals leading up to that point.
Yeah, and it looks like they are on defense this go around because I think that they were the ones that banned Blitz. I don't think that we're the ones that banned Blitz here. If we see a Monty ban, then we banned Blitz, but I don't think that's the case. So
I mean, it is unfortunate that they aren't using names here. Okay, there's no way. Yeah, we have
can
to
you hold
be.
tab for me real quick, production? Hold tab.
We have to be orange side, yeah, because
Yeah,
we
are
wouldn't ban
defending first, yeah.
Dekebi.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, yes, I figured that out. That's why I had him hold tab. Thank you very much, production.
The
I love you guys.
elimination does allow me to deduce where we're at.
Yes, so. Azami
Interesting,
ban?
Azami.
I do like this ban a lot. We were definitely rocking the Azami for quite a bit of map 2 there.
The extra
especially.
cover goes crazy, especially with
Yeah.
so many sight lines on this map.
She was quite a heavily picked agent from us, so I'm not surprised by that ban.
Now the question is it going to be another Mira ban?
Yeah, most likely. Mira's,
That's how we see it.
I believe the stat line is she is one of the most banned aid operators in all of the Rainbow Six history. So
I'm not. It's like upwards of like 90%. She's
Yeah, it's-
so dominant.
90 is really high. It's more like 80, which is still really high. But
Oh yeah, because Monty's the one that hit 90 for at least a short period of
he
time.
hit 90 for a season because they really overtuned him. But
Yeah.
now
Now
he's
he's back
kind of
down
back
a
down to
little bit.
normal where he should be. So
But it does look like you said, it's going to be very much stall out for time here. If they do not pull out a bandit or something here, they might be.
No, it's okay, because they're gonna play Mute here instead.
Yeah.
Mute does effectively the same thing. Actually, even better than what I would argue that Bandit does. I don't think Bandit is a very meta-relevant pick, honestly. I think that we're mostly pick it because we're comfortable on it, and we're really good at Bandit tricking, and so we might as well run it. Mute, on the other hand, gives us the ability to not only stop the entries just for a little bit on the hard walls, but we also get we can go and roam with Mute and then put our jammers down so they can't drone the site, or they can't drone the whole building pretty much, actually.
And then from that point, once you have those set up, Mute can be elsewhere on the map, like you were saying, so he doesn't have to be stuck there doing bandit tricking like Aquino was in the previous rounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Mute is actually, it's kind of weird to think about, but he actually plays more like a roamer than he does like a sentinel. He doesn't really stay on site all that much, but he can. That's one of the cool things about Mute and why he's so strong.
You get his prep work done, and then you kind of just choose where you need to be for the rest of the round.
Yep,
which
that's exactly right.
So versatile.
Yeah. Now, on the other hand, we do have an anchor like Smoke. I'm kind of surprised that we were running Smoke for a lot on Chalet, which I really liked. I like running Smoke on Chalet. It's just really super strong. You just get to anchor site forever, and I'm glad that we brought it back for Lair here.
Because he's not exactly a popular pick from the Vandals as we've seen throughout the series.
No.
He has so much underutilized potential, especially when it comes to the Vandals needing to be more aggressive for a lot of these rounds, because they tend to waste a lot of time just slowly going through, which waste is an arguable term there.
That's exactly what we want to do, though. Is you want to draw out as much time as you possibly can, deny as much information, and then once the execute happens, then they just kind of have to run in blindly instead of knowing exactly how it is that they want to execute. So.
Which, by that definition, Smoke is pretty ideal in under most circumstances.
Looks like we are getting vertical presence being made known here on the hatch. We have breaking the hatch, and then don't have very much util in terms of getting the verticality going, but we're getting a first pick on Swag Daddy, yes.
Take down Swag Daddy, yeah. A nice 4v5 to start off third map. That verticality is going to play a huge amount of factor here as Aquino goes ahead and takes down Razy, and Axis takes down Aquino.
Yeah, and that's the power of that roaming Mute like we were talking about earlier, where it's like, hey, I can get my one and get potentially traded out for that. But Jimmy trading out Chan.
Yeah. Jimmy seems to have some of the better gunplay. It seems like it's Razy and Jimmy that are their primary gunplay specialists, and then the rest of the team kind of sets them up. It has been a real big struggle, especially for Aquino trying to beat them in these 1v1 situations. But it does look like Stampy has picked back up the diffuser and is slowly making their way towards what I think is B site. Could be an interesting maneuver here.
Break that Twitch drone there. We have the information that they are coming from that hallway down there now, so we're going to go ahead and see if they take a little bit more time. They have a full another like 30 seconds before they really have to execute onto site here, so.
And they just barely gain vision, so they do have a little bit of time to prepare for what is about to happen.
Get the double swing there. Ooh,
that
Jimmy
was
with the
nasty
one-tap headshot.
And that is exactly like the gunplay that we've been seeing from Jimmy has been absolutely monstrous against the Vandals.
Well, and that Twitch DMR rifle is just so good, but not as good as Markey getting his one pick. We are going to get the bomb down. Advantage going in for the attackers here.
Or Nassini.
Nassini indeed.
Jimmy's going to take down Icy for a triple kill this far. He might even get a quad here.
Down to a 1v1.
They just have to stall it for time, and then they can secure first point.
I believe this round is indeed going to be going to... I might be proven wrong here, though. Markey with one. He has to pull out his shotgun here. And he downs the the Capitao. And he definitely has enough time. So round one actually going to the Vandals here.
That was super tense. I thought it was going to be Jimmy with the quad, and then Markey just said, no, I'm going to be taking that from you.
Yeah,
Beautiful
boys.
work.
Celebrate. Congratulations to Markey. That was well played. I did not remember that Legion has his super shorty now. I had actually forgotten that they had given that to him. So the fact that he was able to, like, oh, I know you're close here. I can just pull out my shorty, double pump you, and there we go.
He knew he had to reload, and it was just like, I'm going to rush it down. There's nothing he could do in that circumstance except also pull out his secondary, which he was not expecting.
Yep, that's what we want here. So, basement floor going to us. So we take this map 1-0.
And if they can Honestly, the defense phase was a little bit scuff. Jimmy made a lot of plays that I think personally the Vandals could have countered. But if that is the worst of what happens and it can only improve from here, big assumption, it could mean that the Vandals could build up a real good momentum in this match and then just secure the end of the game.
Well, and to be fair to the Vandals as well, the Twitch's 417 is the strongest hitting gun in the game. It's 2 body shots and you're downed. Like you just deal so much damage when you're using the the F14, as well as you get an ACOG on it. So like you have so much sight range that you have with it,
and it is so satisfying to use. It is probably one of the best guns, and it feels amazing.
Yeah. It is my go-to choice for weaponry for both Twitch as well as Lion. Actually, is how I go.
Oh
for
yeah,
it,
I
so.
forgot Lion does
Yeah,
have
Lion gets it
access to
too.
that.
Lion gets it as well as the Sen character, the one who throws up the green wall. She also gets it, which is really random, but
Yeah, but I mean, only having 2 characters have access to it, both of which are...
yeah, 2 meta-relevant characters that have
Yeah.
access to it is pretty balanced. So. Looks like
What
we
do
are
you-
going to the second floor
What do
here.
you mean Mira shouldn't have access to it?
Mira could actually have access to it. I wouldn't mind it. It'd be kind of funny. Looks like we are getting that pulse information.
Mira gets the heaviest hitting gun and the fastest RPM guns.
Yeah, that would be kind of nuts, all things considered. We definitely have not run this pulse before. I do like pulling it out just because, especially because 1, we're on the second floor, and 2,
They're all going to be closed up and there's so many walls you can take
yeah, and
real
they're not
advantage of the
expecting it,
position.
right? Like, people just aren't ready to play against a pulse before, especially if we haven't seen it all series, so they're just not ready for it quite yet. So,
I mean, Pulse is a very... I think he has some decent potential, but his gear is so incredibly niche that for probably 70% of matches you don't need it. But in this very specific circumstance, it is going to be incredible setup.
and I mean, speaking of setup, we got him on the roaming downstairs, so he didn't even have to use a C4 for that. He's actually able to just take the 1v1 duel, so now they know that there's a roaming pulse, actually. And so they have to actually go out down and clear him and take the time to go clear him, because
Otherwise, they're just going to get picked off one by one.
they're going to get picked off 1 by 1, and when they do try and put the bomb down, if he's still downstairs, he'll just C4 them finally, so...
Yeah. He is going to be too much of a threat for information purposes that they cannot ignore him. And it looks like maybe Swag Daddy's going to be put onto that purpose.
Yeah, it's like even right now, they can just see it right now. They're like, oh, I have all the information. I know there's 3 of them upstairs, and they're just not going to come re-clear him.
Oh no, they're not going for him. This is not exactly fantastic. But I guess the play here is if they try and go for him, Pulse is going to see it. And at that point, they're going to try and eat him like a pack of wolves.
100%.
So I don't know if they can go for it since they are a man down, but...
Speaking of a man down, Jimmy getting 1, Aquino getting the second with his C4 downstairs. They are going to re-pride planting the bomb now, the Monty. We are going to end up sticking it here in the 3v3 now, actually, with Stampy getting a kill on Chan. Make
And
that
then
a
more-
2v3.
A
2v2!
2v2.
We're just going down like flies here.
It is a chain reaction of massive proportions as Aquino is now on a triple kill, leaving only... Is it Blitz?
Poor Monty.
Oh, that is
Ooh,
Oh, that was a beautiful work,
Oh,
but
that
he
works
can't
out.
stop both angles as Aquino gets a quadra kill.
That's the power of that pulse, bro. They just go downstairs, they see everything. They get calm all the information. Doesn't matter, even if they do get the bomb down, the numbers advantage just doesn't work in their favor. So
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have expected the pick there, and then just the chain reaction immediately afterward because it just took 1 second for the pulse spark to happen.
Yep.
And then just chain reaction, one person goes down, another until everybody was gone.
All right. So we have seen both the basement and the upstairs sites taken. I believe we only have the mid floors left. I honestly don't win layer enough in order to get these 2 bomb sites that I play on. So I either lose basement or upstairs depending on how the map is going. So I've never really run into a situation where I play mid floor. So I'm curious to see what it is that they're going to do here.
I personally don't like mid floor since it gives the verticality of, oh, they can get from above and below, and that is such a huge disadvantage on this map.
Yeah.
But they must be confident that they have some way to either take control of the top 3rd floor to control the 2nd floor from above, or they're going to stop them from even entering the building, which would be too difficult in my opinion.
Yes. And can we confirm just really quick that I'm not crazy that there is another basement? Is there another floor below this? Yes, there is. Okay, I'm not crazy. Thank goodness.
Because it's basement, first floor, second floor.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
But it does look like the Pulse has been retired all too soon.
Yeah.
But
Honestly, that makes sense. I don't blame them. The Pulse did its job, and it did its job well. So
it'll be the surprise pick whenever they really need it most.
It's a
but
surprise
for now,
for later.
Is to defuse a bomb.
no, it's getting real goofy hours.
getting real goofy hours. Oh, yuck.
Surely it can get even goofier.
Nah. I think we want to try and close out the series here. Currently 2-0. Same with a 2-0 for map picks as well.
I
Yeah.
think the Vandals are.
We're getting real comfortable.
And that in itself could be an issue. There is a bit of an overconfidence that has maybe lost a round once or twice, but it does look like the bandit trick is going to work.
It is
Never
not
mind.
working out. No, he was a little bit late. He was a little bit early placing down his battery, unfortunately. So we are going to get that verticality on the second floor up there, though. So we do have line of sight into this.
Which, so early into the round, it's going to be a difficult challenge for the Vandals to overcome. But something to take note of is that we have 3 of the Vandals on second floor. They're taking really good positioning to look at the majority of the entrances that the Nasini is trying to take control of. So even if they do manage to take the people who are currently on site, the rest of the team should be able to take care of the rest. Unfortunately, though, Jimmy is going to take down Chan immediately after I say literally anything.
Yeah, that's fair. We have the information that the smoke here is stuck in the corner, but he's able to get out of it. We're already 2 smoke canisters down, actually, so looks like we're going to go ahead and try and pop this castle wall here.
And Marquis is half HP as well. He is running out of options. Zero Gadget being really good work for breaking down some of these soft walls.
That actually is not a Zero Gadget. That is a unique secondary weapon that many characters get, actually.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, Zero's unique thing is that he shoots the camera gun that gives the cameras.
You are correct.
But Jimmy is kind of
Popping
taking the
off.
sights right now. Unfortunately, the drop down from the hatch isn't going to pan out for Icy there, but we are going to down launch back again. The C4 does not hit. We are going to be able to get him back
stuck
up.
on the wall.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. There's a large amount of smoke in there.
Yeah. Bomb going down here, and this time for sure it is not likely that we are going to be successful on a retake here.
Hey, you say that, but Crazier thinks of that. Never mind, I'll shut my mouth.
All right, Akeno gets his 1. Let's see if he gets 2 more. He knows 1's on bomb. He has to be worried about this last guy.
Jimmy
He could be
is
flanking.
low.
Does down him.
He does knock Jimmy, who is arguably the bigger threat between him and Stampy.
Probably going to tap bomb here. Yeah, he just tapped bomb. He doesn't know he's there.
Oh, wait, he
He
stopped
has
for a second.
information. He saw him. He knows he's off now. 11 seconds. Yeah, there's definitely not enough time now for this to go off, so he's just going to pump the kill here, pump his KD a little bit. So,
unfortunately, he did redeem kind of the gunfights, but it just wasn't enough time.
I wouldn't say he redeemed the gunfights at all, bro. It took him 20 seconds to get that kill.
That is fair. The only real issue is maybe if he continues stuck to the initial rather than just the tap of the defuse, he might have just been able to go for it.
It's possible.
It took a lot of time for Stampy to react to that play.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he didn't hear the initial tap, which is why he didn't react initially. I think he missed the first pulse of the defuse going on.
That is a very likely outcome. Because it's not exactly quiet, but he was a bit of a distance away.
Yes. Looking at the scoreboard here, we're kind of getting hard carried by 2 distinct individuals, 1 per team here.
Kino was struggling in the first map, but he has brought it back with a vengeance.
And Jiminy's answering right back, actually, all things considered. So
that is true.
2-1 currently for the Vandals on this map here. And it looks like we are not going back. We're going to switch the site up.
Which I think is a...
I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
I like switching side. Unless you know, like, oh, we were really close. We should have had it. We just made this, like, 1 or 2 really minor mistakes that we can easily fix. Usually you don't want to go back. You want to
Just
try and do a
tweak
new
the
stat
initial
on it.
strategy just
Yep.
quickly.
Yep.
But first floor is such a terrible, such a
10 seconds
hard
left.
to defend spot.
One
There's
of the-
just so many out. There's
One
so
of the
many
things that's going to
areas.
make this way easier, though, is that you'll notice that Marky is now running the Vigil. So I imagine that we're going to have him running around upstairs. Actually, you'll notice he's already taken out 2
Locate a bomb
drones,
and defuse it.
the attackers. So
Vigil is another one of those niche characters that when he's in his ideal position, he is
yeah,
fantastic.
especially considering like any map where the potential for roaming is a threat, you almost always want to bring a roamer, even if you don't intend on roaming very long or hard. Just the fact that you can make presence known, like, oh yeah, we are running a Vigil, we are upstairs. Shout out to Kano getting the initial pick on Wash here. Razzie? Yeah, Razzie is his name, actually. Sorry. I'm bad at this.
I mean, it's fine. Shadow Figure preferred. I called him Wash. I think Razzie is a little bit more distinct.
Razzie makes more sense in my
And
brain.
also, it sounds like you're not insulting him.
To be fair, he put it in his own tag, and so it's his fault that we get to call him Wash.
You know what? That's true. They
That's
can't
it.
get mad at us.
They can't get mad at us. We're just doing our job here, and we're doing it right.
And that is what we love to see. But I agree, having roamer potential, even though you don't have to dedicate your resources to it on something like this, where there's so much space for them to just be able to manipulate, is game changing.
Looks like we are going to finally make our way into the building here, doing a little bit of droning, trying to pick out any people that we can. But Marky is able to get a second. I lied. He didn't get the second. Man
Aquino got the
Aquino got the
first,
first.
and
Thank
then
you.
Marky
Yeah.
got the
So
second.
Marky making his presence known, and yeah, Chan is going to end up going down on site. We see the Monty.
That was why didn't he shoot?
He probably should have. You're right, but I think he was worried about the cover. So what? I don't mind not shooting him.
I mean, worst comes to worst, he just retreats out of the circumstance and then just
Yeah, pretty much.
realigns with this team. Might have been a little bit of a wasted opportunity, though.
Yeah, but you also just don't want to make your presence super well known because like the Monty didn't know that he was there until he turned.
Until he
and looked at
turned,
him,
yeah. But at that point, you could, if you're going to be found out either way, you might as well try and take out the Monty if there's a chance.
Knows. Playing a little bit around this Monty shield here. I like the way that Akano is handling it. Just do a little bit of
Focus on the person who's trying to use the, trying to go around the shield rather than the shield user itself.
Looks like we are trying to do a little bit of a pincher here. We did get the Legion trip on the Monty here, so he has to take his shield down in order to get this.
Otherwise, he is going to be taken down by poison.
Slowly ticking down poison, and yeah.
Now it's down to a 2v2, and it is not looking good for Stampy and Swag. They are both a breath away from death.
Not only are they a breath away, but the alarm location has been alerting them constantly, like, hey, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Kill me, please. We are gonna get the bomb down, but I don't think we know that they're planting the bomb, so we're
They're
just gonna.
too busy scrolling through Instagram. They kept on getting pinged.
I like that. That was actually a really good use of the Goyo shield there.
I agree. And shout out to Kino for being so effective against the double team up with the Monty and the other operator there.
Was that actually a Goyo shield? I didn't think they brought Goyo. Maybe it was like a Capitao bolt or something.
I would have to double check the people they were running.
Yeah.
Either way,
I didn't see a Goyo.
it's a decent shield.
I thought what I was gonna give them props because I was like I thought what they did is they had set up the Goyo to explode like on the wall, and then what they do is they throw an impact on it and then it lights it on fire, and so the person planting has to stop planting on the default spot.
Otherwise, they're just gonna end up,
Otherwise they get cooked, which is pretty much what happened. He was almost standing on the fire there. So
He took so much damage, and then also the Legion poison on top of all of that is just.
yeah.
People were dealing with all types of warfare that round.
Fenrir casting, let's go. Thank you, Synthetic. I appreciate it, homie. Yeah, we are definitely not experienced. I definitely know that. I definitely know that for sure.
Especially after the last time this map was ran, there was so much frustration. Maybe they ran a couple of games in the meantime to practice it, but I know for a fact that it was not their focus.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So.
The same thing happened with Skyscraper.
Yeah, and I mean, I do definitely think that we are super comfortable now. Now that map 1 was super duper close in that we just kind of didn't know how our opponents were playing, and then they had good strats and we had good strats, and they were messing up and we were messing up. And now that we've kind of gotten our footing, we've definitely come out way more on top.
I agree. And the
opponents here.
mental portion is definitely taking effect, I would say, against the New York College. They are clearly struggling in terms of mental from having to deal with, what is it, 2 rounds out of the past 12
Yeah.
of being won, which that would take down anybody a degree.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it's like a mental block potentially that they're having to go through, because like you said, they're so close. They could definitely see that the victory for each round is potentially there.
Each one of these is just you tweak one tiny thing and it completely changes the outcome of the match.
Yep. So it looks like we're going back to the second floor. Doesn't surprise me. Second floors are usually some of the easiest to hold, just because with basements you have to be more worried about verticality. So controlling the space on a second floor is way easier than controlling it on a basement, at least in my humble opinion.
Well, the thing to also keep in mind is that rooftop on this map doesn't have a whole lot of entry points to get into the second floor. So it is very easy to take care of, hey, we'll look over at these spots, and then we'll know if anybody's going to try and get us from the first floor upwards, because there's a couple of reinforced spots, especially in your site.
Yep.
So it is way easier than being on first floor and having to deal with second and basement angles. I would definitely agree.
Attackers have located a bomb.
100%. It looks like we're going to go ahead and use the Tuberero to just kind of stall out this hard wall breach that we're going for.
I mean, it's what he's built for.
Yeah, the combination of the Cade and the Tuberero is just so good, because like you'll notice we're trying to thatcher this wall here. Like that's the whole point, is we thatch the wall so we can get in and break it, and we banned they didn't bring the oh my gosh. You can tell it's late. It's been a while. They didn't bring their bandit, and so they're like, oh, we can trick it this time. We can do it. But the Tuberero plus the Cade trick here.
I mean, it's pretty much the same results, but
It's exactly the same results. It's just it takes a little while longer, and they have to burn just a little bit more util and a whole character pick for it. Which honestly, I'd totally take it.
yeah, absolutely. Tuberero is fantastic.
Being a fantastic Axis here on a double already,
Taking
actually.
down Icy and a Marquee, two incredibly heavy hitters. He is just making sure to set up all of his cameras.
Is that VR Tanis? Are you
Oh.
VR Tanis?
Yeah, so that happens to be, quote unquote, the director of the CEI esports scene, who was
okay.
the person who got me into esports in the first place.
Right.
It's good to see you again, Ferris.
Pleasure to meet you, Ferris. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Your little boy's all grown up. Look at him now, casting the big leagues.
Yeah.
That is an insane angle that Jimmy's able to hit, actually.
But Chan is still possible to be able to redeem this round. It is a 2v1.
20 seconds left. He pops the C4. He is going to not get one, actually. I'm surprised.
Was so close.
I couldn't see how much damage he did with that, but we
The
do know his location
The Chan
now.
cam. It's ruining. That was over half his HP.
Those are both lit, and he's not going to be ready for Jimmy to swing this corner here.
Jimmy's accuracy is off the charts. He has been an undisputed monster of headshots.
And it's not so much that his accuracy is on point. It's just that you got to make sure that when you are clearing your angles that you're ready for the next fight. And what you'll notice is that he cleared that hallway, and he's like, okay, I know if I keep pushing this way, he has to come this way. And so he just trained his crosshair there, and, I mean, he just walked right into it.
So limiting possibilities of where the enemies could be.
That's all he had to
Smart
do.
play.
It doesn't matter. He's better. Obviously, he's a better player in that his positioning is better. His his crosshair placement is amazingly well placed. But
And
also,
obviously, you have to be competent enough to, actually hit your shots. But,
Yeah, but, like,
that's a
if-
given at this level.
once you're at that point, it's just like, yeah, I just click the button and I kill him now. So
One could say it was inevitable.
inevitable. We are now 3-2 in favor of the Vandals. Honestly, New York has been putting up a good fight. Pretty much every single half has been 3-2.
Attackers have
From
located
one
3-2
side or
and then
another.
3-3 for.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's been fairly even, all things considered, for both halves.
The only thing to keep in mind is it's the first half is even because I think New York really, really likes being on its aggressive side, and the Vandals like their defense.
10 seconds left.
But I think the power distribution into the second half is where things start to get unbalanced, because it is clear that Vandals are a little bit more competent in
Defuse a bomb.
being on offense side versus the defense of Nassini.
Yeah, I 100% agree here. So looks like we got some pretty.
I saw it too.
Yeah. Looks like we got some pretty standard Vandal picks here. I'm liking the Wamai. I like the Legion and the Bandit. It all makes sense in my head why we're going for all this, especially
Going
since
back
it's
for
the last
bandit
round.
tricking
Yeah, you just
rather than the
you go back
Tuberero.
to straight and simple. There's nothing more that you have to really do. You just go back
Yeah.
to what you're comfortable with and what's working.
Because all they really have to do is, it would be great if they secure the point for this round, but if they even if they go even here and go 3-3, they're still going to be in a good position moving to the second half, where they're going to have an advantage. Especially since I believe personally this map is a little attacker-sided, because there's so many different angles and paths of attack.
I'm going to counter-argue that there is practically no attacker-favored maps in this game at all, actually, because this game is inherently defenders-favored. Unfortunately, there is no attacking-favored maps.
Not even border.
No, not even border. It's just defending is just that much stronger than attacking.
It's just a matter of how big the advantage defenders have.
Yeah. Obviously, every single map is realistic. Like, it's not like holy cow, it's like a 70-30 defender favor split. Like, obviously, it's like 55-45.
They set up the battlements around.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
site.
Like, that's not how the game works. It wouldn't be any fun. It's kind of like how Keno is not having any fun here. Able to kind of prevent Chan from doing these normal bandit tricks. He just got that. They got that verticality control.
And now that the Legion is out of the picture, they don't have to worry quite so much about the traps.
Let's go Vandals indeed. 4v4.
4v4, 2-3, map 3. Things are looking good for us so far.
Things are looking good indeed. That's on Sasuke Toxic.
Especially as
Icy, that kill,
Exodus
or
taken down.
Toxic, that kill is for you. Shouts out Icy. We love to see it. 3v2 here. There's not a whole lot of information gathering from the attacking New Yorkers here. They really only have the Grim that they're able to use, and that's more so for like controlling roamers, right? Is what
More
that's
than getting direct information.
100%.
I agree,
Yeah. So they're gonna have to pretty much just take a whole bunch of duels here. So they know that 2 are here, and they're just Jimmy's able to get 1 actually with that information.
That's
so they're
kind of surprising. I was not expecting that to be the outcome.
they have challenging on the bomb, but
there we go. We love the double explosive C4 from Chan and Man finishing off the last of New York for that round. Makes it 2-4 for the split.
2-4 for the split. Well done to the Vandals. We have, like we mentioned way earlier, practically no experience on Lair, right? We have not seen this
it's
at
such
all
a
for the
rare
whole
map.
season. It's so rare.
There
Almost-
was one game of Lair, and it went horribly.
Yeah. So you can tell that we really picked it up since the last time that we've even
Absolutely.
seen this map. So
There was so much more confusion previously.
yeah. So
But it looks like there will be a small team out from
Team out?
New York. Team out?
Team out.
Team
I
out.
sounded like Timo, bro. I'm on that league grind, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not grinding, but I have been. There's been so many. Everybody wants to play league right now, bro.
You played one game and now the addiction.
I haven't even played a game yet. I want to so bad, but I have to hold myself back from doing so.
I would be more than happy to get you into your first game.
No, I'm good. I will resist. As much as enticing as the league is to me, I have to hold strong. I have to hold strong. I can't do it. I can't do it, Chad. Don't make me do it.
But think about it. There's a reason it's been one of the most popular games for almost 15 years.
I wouldn't say the most popular game. There's definitely
one of the most.
All right. One of the most. I'll give it to you. And I think it's addiction. I think that's why it's the most popular.
Absolutely, actually.
I don't think there's any other reason other than it's just
it
addiction,
replaced
so.
it replaced the StarCraft addiction with League addiction.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So
Ugh.
swapping sides here for the Vandals. We are now attacking.
Bombs as they can.
I'm actually really liking this pick now that I'm seeing it here. We have Twitch as well as Buck. Really easy to go in and just destroy util either vertically or if you really needed to, you can actually just do it on the Twitch drone. So I'm very down for this pick. The one thing we are lacking is a lot of information, so we have to make sure that we're controlling our drone usage really well.
Something I want to point out about the New York team is interesting that they are running a very similar comp as the Vandals were in the previous rounds. Bandit tricking, Legion traps, having the walls set up by Axis.
10 seconds to insertion.
I think them trying to imitate the style is not going to work out in their favor because the Vandals already know how this is going to work specifically.
I'd actually disagree. Generally, if something is strong, there is a reason that it's strong.
But if you're very comfortable using it, you know the counter to that strategy.
Something can be good. So you can know that something is good and know that it's going to get run and still lose to it just because it's that strong. That's generally why you see comps that are pretty similar all across the board, all things considered. Like there's a reason that we don't really run like I don't know Knock. Like Knock just isn't. You're giving up too much when you run something suboptimal. Yeah, it's exactly why you don't run Tajonka, right? Like that's just how strong a lot of these comps are on these maps. And so yeah, you're right that they do have to know how to counterplay the strong comps, but
to a degree, it's not gonna guarantee that the effect is going to work.
I love this use of the Ash charge in order underside in order to try and prevent Bandit from tricking here. And it looks like we are going to get the wall up, actually. Are we going to get the wall up? No, I think we barely got the Tubrero out, actually, in time.
I was expecting the Bandit trick here, but Cabrero being a secondary anti-utility here is working surprisingly well.
Yeah, so we finally got the wall open. Ice ended up unfreezing itself, so we are going to have access to the site here. And a whole lot of map control for the Vandals, actually. I have not seen where Swag Daddy here is roaming. If he is at all, actually. He's actually playing on site, so I don't actually even think that New York is roaming at all.
He's trying to hold off Marky while Aquino and the others start to go around both ends. It could be like a double flank pincer maneuver here.
Yeah, but you'll notice I don't think they're even ready for Marky to be here at all. They kind of see him, but not all that much. So
I mean, they tried to use the camera there, but it immediately got shot down.
Aquino able to get in on access here.
Attackers have located a bomb.
It's a good round when Aquino doesn't get sniped off first.
Yes, yes. All right.
But we do have dual peaks here. Oh, that
what
was
a shot from
nasty
Aquino. Does he get a
shot.
second here? He does
Wow,
indeed.
He gets a triple there.
With the help of Marky there at the end in order to pick up the fourth, we now are able to get bomb down here, and I honestly don't know what Jimmy does here. Yeah, he's just as alone with the DMR, able to get his one, but immediately traded out.
I mean,
so
he took ideal circumstances there.
Oh, okay. I thought those were our players. So unfortunately, yes, I was like, oh, I guess we're finished already. Don't look up there. We're trying to spoil it. We're gonna spoil our 4-minute game. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to head out of here. I unfortunately have to be responsible and do my job.
I get my third partner for the
You
night.
get your third partner for the night. Thank you, everybody. No, we're only one. We're only doing one. We're not tri-casting. No, tri-casts are bad and dumb. No.
We wouldn't even fit in frame if we did tri-cast, though.
You'd know. Okay. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you having me on. I'm going to head out of here.
Good to see you again, man. Thanks for
thank
coming
you.
around. By the way, a little last message for you. They're saying don't go to League.
Yeah. Thank you, Ferris. I appreciate it. I'll stay strong for you, brother.
There we go. Thanks, you guys. Have fun. Okay. Welcome to the stream. Would you like to give a short introduction of yourself?
Yeah, my name's Jeffrey Olson. I play for the Vandal JV R6 team. We just finished 7-3, 7-3, the other team, so we're in the semifinals. And since we're finished and we're wanting to support varsity, I'm just coming out down here to help cast this. Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to see you here. We're currently 2-0 leading into third map, where it's 2-5 Vandal favor.
Yep.
This has been an incredibly close matches in between every single portion of the rounds.
Yeah.
There's only been a slight skill disparity, I would say.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts upon initially seeing some of their team comps and map pick? Because I know Lair is not exactly the most popular map.
So Lair has just come into comp. It replaced Oregon because Oregon was one of the most defender-sided maps, so it made it just and it was so constantly run by different PL teams that they just had it down to a T. It was figured out. Yeah, it was. So they just brought in, this is the newest map as well for Siege. So they brought in this map to give some variety towards it. It's actually pretty heavily defender-sided as well. Because of how big the map is, there's so much you can roam almost anywhere. So it makes it really difficult if you're attacking to find those pockets of space and take control and then get plants. So I'm actually really impressed by the other team. They were able to plant almost every single round, but the problem was they just failed on their retakes. The Vandals were just doing a great job working together, getting crossfires, taking down people, and winning these retakes against these plants and stuff like that.
I have to agree with you. And Fenrir said something very similar when I was asking him what were some of the potential conflicts of this map. But it seems I would agree. Although this is very much defender-sided, the New York team has been doing very well to try and establish any sort of position against the Vandals, whose offensive capabilities are on top of their game tonight, especially as Marky gets a double kill here. And although Aquino unfortunately is down, he has done his job.
Yep.
We do have Diffuser on Chan, who is currently trying to head towards site. We do have a vision of some people. Stampy will take down Icy. Ed and Swag will take down Chan. It is currently
he
a
might get this
3v2.
one right here. Nice. Okay, it's 2v2, even the man count. Perfect.
Fantastic job, man.
Oh, now they got
Mark
man
digging up
advantage.
Swag for a triple currently. Can he get another quadra kill today?
That's 3 on Vert, too. He's doing a great job. But what they might be doing right now is he's going back to regroup with them so they can 2v1 this guy on site. Maybe go for kills, or they might just stick a plant and have that 1v1. So we'll see.
I think it would be more ideal to go for the kill. They have 50 seconds on the clock. They have definitely they can go for the 2-man attack. And under most circumstances, most people cannot win under such specific pressure.
Yeah, under this pinch, yeah.
But to be fair, Marky is one tap. Which
Yeah. One shot. Okay, so they're going for the 1v1 right now. And oh my god, he just...
Wow, that was a pixel
What a shot.
perfect shot. He
What
saw
a
it
shot.
coming from a mile away. That makes
Oh,
it.
W pre-fire right there. That was a perfect pre-fire. I thought it was a one
I
tap,
thought it was
but
a single tap too.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
how,
yeah,
That's
but-
how masterful it
yeah.
looked.
But honestly, they just knew where he was, had that pre-fire, and he's gone. So
So that
great
makes it,
play by them.
and that makes that 2-6. One more round.
And they're
going
going to 3-0 this team.
3-0.
Yeah.
And this team has been pretty consistent against their previous opponents.
Mhm.
They've only lost, I want to say, a total of 2 maps.
2 maps, okay. I think the
Maybe 3,
Vandals
but I
have
could
only
be wrong.
lost like once, I believe. And that was
They
That was
have
against
lost
an-
two
maps.
games,
2
3
games, 2
maps.
games. Got it.
But to be fair, one of those was Skyscraper, which they never play, and one of them
Yeah.
was Lair, which they never played.
Yeah, so it looks like in the time off they might have gotten some strats down for Lair. I know that Synth has worked with them before on like working on strats and like getting this vert, and you can see already like Marky's just going crazy. 14 and 5 right now.
Now,
He got a
this
3K on vert and then came down. And
This
got
may
the
be
guy.
a stupid question because I don't know the answer, despite being here. Is Synth like their coach? or
So Synth
reference?
was the old varsity coach, but now he just oversees kind of both teams as well. So he's watching
basically
right now.
the
yeah.
captain of both teams, making sure people are getting their trainings.
Yeah, one could say. And like we'll have some map training and stuff like that. Like he'll come in and he'll be like, "Hey, here's some like great ways to like hold this side or another bomb site." He gives us like tier lists on like operators sometimes. So he's just a great like wealth of knowledge that we can use to perform better.
Were his pep talks earlier a fantastic sight to behold?
Well, we didn't get pep talks this time.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
he gave them
insane.
to varsity,
He did
but
give them to varsity,
He
is
did
what
give,
he
yeah,
said.
he's not giving them to us. So yeah,
What a
but
shame. What a
yeah,
shame.
what a shame. Yeah, maybe we needed it to get that like 7-2. We only got 7 threes, man.
Oh, woe is
Yeah,
you.
woe
You
is
only
us, yeah, woe
won
is us.
7-3,
Yeah.
2-0 both games.
Yeah. But see, they're going 7-2, and they might go 7-2 again here. But let's see if they are actually able to hold this down.
Something that is going to be absolutely pivotal here is going to be the Banditrix stopping the hard breaches here. Something that we haven't seen quite yet, though, is some roaming potential from New York, which I think is what's really lacking here.
Yeah, like there's a vigil, so they can really just like you can go 3rd floor, literally rat there for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then come down and get like these masterful like retakes. But like you can see they're already doing a 3rd floor clear, so honestly, if they did have a vigil, they would have probably like cleared him out. But also, I don't know what the idea behind the bandit might have been because there aren't really walls on this bottom site that you can bandit trick, except
That's
maybe
more
in
for
closet.
First and second floor.
Yeah. But like closet, you can if you do like a I think backside take. But most people go like laterally from like garage, and through barrels. But we'll see. I don't know. They're getting vert open right now. They like minute 30 in, they have total control. Like this, like New York needs to like be able to like do this push and pull and like get some people on the roam so that they can maybe hopefully get some openings or something because it just seems like their turtles are just getting cracked open in the shell.
Yeah, and if that continues to happen, the Vandals are going to continue to take advantage. But Stampy is going to go ahead and get a C4 kill against Chan, which it has been nice to see a little bit more reliance on some of this.
Look at that Valk cam. And IQ as well.
Yep.
Like, he's the one who's supposed to find these Valk cams, and he just missed that one in
The information
lobby.
is going to be fantastic if they do not clear that out.
Yeah. Like, I think the cab can also has a C4 too, so he could probably get it on this ram right here as well. Oh, but
Oh, wait
he
a
sees
minute.
him on vert.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
That is such
crazy.
a small gap. Beautiful sight there.
Yeah. But see, the thing is now that he's dead, he can still just go back to being on cam again.
And
But they
at
even
which
the man
point-
count, which is
yeah.
good.
So they-
Oh my god, what a shot by the Doc right there.
the gunplay has been pretty much immaculate for both sides of the team. Specifically Jimmy, though, I always point it out because his skill is enormous. I wish I had a fraction of this. But, oh, Stampy also taking down Marky, currently on a double kill. This might be a turning point for New York.
Yeah, yep.
Getting a triple kill.
Aw.
His quad was stolen by Jimmy. How could you?
Yeah, he missed the quad. Oh, he's going for the knife as well, too. That's crazy. Yeah, honestly,
really like, we got 5 seconds left. I might as well try it.
one thing I'm wondering is why I don't. Maybe there was a warden and I didn't see it, but I haven't seen a warden like played by the Vandals at all. And like, there's a lot of smokes that's being put down, and you can just see through these smokes. And like, yeah, warden's not banned, so I'm surprised I haven't seen
Warden
warden.
has been used by the New York team, but not particularly by the Vandals.
Yeah, by the Vandals, and that's how they got like so many plants off. Is they would just like put smokes down or like go in these like weird like plant spots and then just get plants. But they have done better in these post plants, so who knows?
To keep up with a couple of comments, yes, a Kino fan, we absolutely believe that the Vandals got this in the bag. They only have to win 1 round, and worst comes to worst, we go into overtime, which I don't think will be happening. Lair, also, I'm not a big fan of the map. I think it is a bit too complex with the layout.
It's just so big, and it's just hard to clear. Like, they could have like made it half the size. I mean, that would have been more like border then. But like even like 2/3 the size, it probably would have been a lot better.
Because it makes it so that the defenders have to go through the attackers have to go through just so much space just to even get to a point where they can start looking for the tactics and picks they need to go for to get to the site.
I will say though, like it is pretty fair on like the top floor bomb site. Like I feel the top floor bomb site is like a perfect like site to attack and defend, because there's both tricking, there's like multiple walls you can open, there's control you can gain without having to worry about all these lurks. But when you're on like second floor bomb sites or even basement, you can just send like 1 or 2 roamers up and they can just be anywhere.
And then you just secure site, and then it's just a matter of you have to take down the roamers, otherwise you just can't. You can't take site. There's just too much at stake.
So I don't know. It is a very defender-sided map, and you can see we have the Melusi ratting right here. So if they try to go below and don't drone her out, she might get a couple picks off of this.
Something Razzie has been known is for taking out Aquino incredibly early in these fights, as he is kind of the
they're droning.
Straw man of the game.
They might have missed drone right here. Oh, nope, the drone's going into the room. Yep, okay. Let's see if they win this gunfight. Nice. Aquino wins that gunfight.
Beating his arch nemesis of this game with Razzie, a 4v5 is now ensue. This could be an interesting opening, trying to introduce some verticality underneath this site.
To clear off the bandit trigger, honestly, because see, you can see the bandit's already off though, because he knows that the Melusi lost his gunfight downstairs, that he can't really bandit trick. And there's a buck as well.
Yep, and this is the second time the strategy's been used, and just like before, they run to Buero to make sure that they can freeze the charge off for when the bandit goes gadget goes down.
Yeah, Tuberou can be good, but he's honestly better utilized with like a Cade, and we could have seen that, because like it's hard to like bandit trick and use a Tuberou at the same time because the way it works. But with Cades it works perfectly, and they're going for a plant right here in Mask Room, I believe, and it'll be very hard to deny this because they only have 1 C4. But they got a kill from lobby, top lobby. Oh, but they just got a trade.
Icy will redeem it with swag, and that means Marky can be revived. So technically, it is still 2v4. A 1v4 with Aquino getting a double. Can he secure the triple here?
No, he cannot. No, he cannot.
Axis is on his
He's on fire. Yeah. Okay, let's see if they go for the plan or go for the res. I wonder what's happening here.
Meanwhile, Marky on the stairs trying his best not to bleed out.
Yeah.
And it looks like Man is going to plant, forcing Axis to have to play aggressive here.
Yeah.
He does have a bit of extra HP though, because we love Doc.
If they're smart here, what Icy can do is he can go out and go upside down repel and play this like almost perfectly, and like it's almost unlosable. They're just gonna have to let Marky die here, but we're gonna see if he goes on repel. Yep, he's going on repel, and this is a very unwinnable situation for this Doc.
Doc has to be in a 1v2 in a place where he's now having to take the position of the offense, which is not ideal for him.
Yeah, and there we go, 7-3.
Icy gets the flank shot.
Wonderful. What a great game to see from the Vandals, and a great showing of a best of 5. 3-0, 7-3, 7-2, and 7-3 again. That's crazy.
2.5 hours later, and the Vandals have secured victory on every single map.
Yes, they have.
It was a little bit sketchy at the beginning, especially
Mhm.
on the first map, but seeing them come together here and really get the momentum going, it shows clearly that they have the skill and the determination they need to win these fights. They just sometimes get in their own head.
Yeah, getting in their head, and also I will say there were a couple of fights that I feel like were a little bit like ping related. There were some contentious spots about ping and like being on different servers, but they pulled
I
it
know
together.
you guys
They worked.
specifically
Yeah,
were dealing with that
yeah.
issue earlier today.
Yeah, and they were forced to play on East, or not forced, but that's just what happened. Is they're playing on East. We got Central, thankfully, which evens out the ping. But right now there's like a disparity for them. They were like on 100. The other teams were like 20 or 10. But
Which
they were able to
is
use
such
their
a
teamwork, man.
huge like beneficial advantage for
Yeah.
those who have lower ping. That's upwards of 1/10 of a second in their favor,
Mhm.
which in a game like this is you can easily take someone down in 1/10 of a second.
But even with the ping, the Vandals varsity team showed a great amount of teamwork. They got these crossfires, even though they didn't have the best advantages in these gunfights. What they did is they used this teamwork to have those advantages, not just put on these 1v1s. They were able to work together, take space, retake, do all this stuff as a good, competent team, and they were able to win very convincingly against this team.
For synthetic, that was map 3.
Yeah, that was a
was
3-0
not
right
map
there.
2.
That was a 3-0. So
Yeah, it's
they have
3-0.
won.
They won on Chatel,
Chalet.
then Chalet,
Chalet, yeah.
apologies, into border onto Lair.
Yep.
So we have our three map win, no contention.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did I
okay.
just spoil it?
Yeah, no.
Oh, because this
they
is
won't
also
see
on
it
the
for 4
delay
minutes.
too.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
fair.
Perfect. Okay. Well,
Thank you for coming on. We're going to
Yep.
be coming with an interview. I'm not sure who it will be, but it'll be a nice little surprise for whoever's coming by. Thank you for coming in and helping
yeah.
with the
Thank you so much
cast.
for having me, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm happy that your guys' game worked out well. The
Yep.
Vandals have been overall just been successful tonight, and we're going to continue this forward next week.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
Right.
Well, not next week. Not next week. The week after. 'Cause
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
break.
that is
so.
You're not
yes.
playing on Thanksgiving?
No, we're not.
Where's
no, we're
the
not.
content?
Yeah, the content. Okay. Well, it's great streaming with you, and have a good one, guys.
Welcome back, everybody. We are joined here by a very special guest, Marky, who you guys were just seeing play for the past couple of hours. You guys have been absolutely on fire tonight. How did it feel?
Oh, that was great. That felt great. We dominated in every round, basically. had some mishaps, but yeah.
On map 1, I noticed in the early phase you guys were struggling just a little bit as you were getting used to how the enemy played, but it seemed like you guys just adapted so quick.
Yeah, those first 2 rounds were rough for us, and then we understood how they played and just absolutely smacked them after that.
Something I had to mention to you guys, because I was curious. Pretty much the first 2 maps ended on like basically 3-3, and then afterwards it seemed like you guys had a real edge when it came to being on the offensive side, which is usually the other way around for you guys. Your defense game is so much stronger than your offense game.
Yeah, so we realized they were really good at clearing utility out and using their utility, and that was kind of stepping us back a little bit. I think the first game we ended 3-3 and the other 2 4-2, which is really good split, especially because our attacks they're explosive. You just don't see them as much. So yeah, yeah.
Were you guys expecting the Lair game tonight? Because I know I wasn't.
Yeah, so they picked Lair, and we were kind of confused on why they. I mean, we have our Lair strats, and we were just kind of confused why they picked it. But we knew it.
I have to say this. Last time Lair was picked,
Uh-huh.
you guys also had to deal with Skyscraper.
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems since then you guys have gotten some really good practice because there was nowhere near as much confusion and decorum as there was previously.
Yeah. We play ranked quite a bit, and Lair comes up every once in a while, and
So
yeah.
just your natural practice allowed you guys to build the tactics you weren't specifically training. Like,
yeah.
no, they're gonna pick Lair.
Yeah, no. So we specifically we don't have specific strats for certain things. We kind of just we're really good at playing together as one.
And adapting on the moment as you need to.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's exactly what we do. We're really good at adapting in situations. The first round I had that clutch, and they were giving me extremely
You
great
guys
calls.
did so fantastic.
Yeah.
I think you got, what was it, 2 quads that game?
Yeah, 2 or 3, I think. Yeah.
Fantastic. And it was nice to see Aquino, who I know was struggling in the first game, to start to come back.
Oh.
Because he was 8-1 at some point on the third map, and we're like, what is going on
Yeah,
here?
yeah. He always comes out and does great for us. So.
So what were your thoughts in the games? How did you feel about the enemy team tonight?
We knew they were good at using their utility. And they were they were prepared for us. They watch our VODs.
It was very clear that they were used to some of your guys' tactics.
Yeah, and that's why we're a great team. I think we're really easily able to adapt to a team that knows how we play. We learned off that Penn State game that we lost, and I think that's helped us through the season too.
How was your guys' mentality? Because I know in the first game, at least based off of some of the cam views, that there was a little bit of frustration going around, but afterwards you guys were kind of just like, oh, we're making progress, we're starting to get points, we're getting maps. It looked like you guys were really building up steam. How did that go?
Yeah, so we were frustrated when we went down 0-2, and then when we went up 1, and so we started to see it a little bit. For us,
And then you went up to 3.
yeah, for us losing is when we lose a round, it's really frustrating because we know we can do better than what we did just then, and so I think that once we realized that we're okay, we got this, we calmed down a little bit, we were ready, and we just absolutely attacked them and
You used it as motivation to make
Yeah,
sure you could put your opponents
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, and we practice this a lot in ranked. We go down 2-1 a lot, and we always come back 4-2 and win it. So we're good at coming back when we're down sometimes.
So are you guys going to be excited for the upcoming game in 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, very excited. Finals, love it, and ready for it.
Do you know who you're going up against?
It's either Niner Esports or some other esport team.
I mean, we'll find out on the
yeah.
day of regardless. But I was curious if you guys have any insight going forward into them that you're preparing for.
Honestly, whoever we play, I think we're going to destroy them. I think we're playing
Confidence,
really,
we
yeah.
love it.
Yeah, I think we're playing really well together, and I think we're gonna.
I mean,
we're
you
gonna
guys have been
dominate.
pretty much unstoppable except for that one instance this
Yeah.
entire season.
Oh yeah. Really excited for that.
Absolutely. Are there any other thoughts or any other comments you want to give before we close out the stream?
No. Hey, shout out to the team. We did great today. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
3 games.
You
is
guys did
a lot. Pure
fantastic.
domination. Yeah.
And also the JV won too, and
Yeah,
they're giving you
that's
guys some
great, too.
support. Even
Mhm.
one of them was streamcasting for you guys.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that is all of your thoughts, we'd like to thank all of you guys for being here. We thank you for the follows, thank you for the attention, and thank you for being here to witness all of this. Thank you all for being here. We are going to close out the stream. We hope you have a lovely and wonderful night.
Yeah.